North Carolina State has won the toss, deferring to the second half. Gill will kick off, and Will Shipley, number 1, is back deep for the Clemson Tigers. Clemson coming into the game after a very unconvincing win last week against Georgia Tech at home in Clemson. And we are underway. Shipley watches it go overhead. It will be 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line for Clemson. Starting quarterback for the Tigers, DJ Uiagalelei. 2 starts a season ago in relief of Trevor Lawrence. 3 starts this season, completing 59% of his passes. But the big story about him is that this offense of the Tigers has yet to really find its footing and find that explosiveness that has been their trademark over the last several years. 1st down and 10 from the 25. Shipley getting his first start in the backfield. Uiagalelei gets it out quickly, complete to Joseph Ngata, working against Pitts Jr. Pickup of 7 on the play. Dabo Swinney in his 19th year overall at Clemson, his 13th season as their head coach. They come in at 2-1 and trying to answer some questions on the offensive side of the football. 2nd down and 3. This is going to be a free one. Pass is caught by Ngata. And if that flag is against the Wolfpack, that'll stand.
I think they're going to say that the play was dead, and they're not going to give him the play.
It is so loud, you can't hear the whistle.
Defense number 11, unabated, the quarterback. 5-yard penalty. The penalty results in a 1st down.
As you can see right here, the safety tries to come off the edge, and he goes a little early. DJ Uiagalelei does a good job with the snap count.
There was no play on the play.
As I said, there was no play there. But I think what NC State is seeing is that whenever you get this nub tight end like they had on the last play call, that's a heavy RPO run set for Clemson. So they're trying to bring some pressure to put that out.
Uiagalelei back to pass again. And incomplete, intended for Justyn Ross. Good pressure up front by Corey Durden. Meanwhile, the head coach in his 9th season on the sidelines for North Carolina State, Dave Doeren. Opportunity has been the buzzword all week. And he said that welcome everyone to Carter Finley Stadium at North Carolina State as Clemson rolls into town, looking to make it on the opening drive of the ball game for the Tigers. Dave Doeren, the head coach of North Carolina State, has said, listen, if you're talking about winning the ACC and getting a seat at the table, it begins by beating Clemson. We get a flag down on the field.
12-man formation, offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
It is deafeningly loud down on the field and up here in our booth.
Yeah, this is the home field advantage that Dave Doeren told us he wanted to have. He didn't just want the fans to be here, he wanted them to be engaged. And boy, oh boy, are they engaged right now.
Dabo Swinney told us this week in our meetings with him that they better get their stuff together this week because this is a very experienced Wolfpack team in a daunting environment. 3rd down and 10. Uiagalelei a little bit hot. Incomplete, intended for Shipley. And they'll have to punt. Good heat up front by Savion Jackson, number 90. And Wills Spires comes in to punt. Thayer Thomas back there standing on his own 30-yard line for North Carolina State.
Jonesy, that's definitely not the way Clemson wanted to start off this game. They've been struggling on offense, and right there they go 3 and out on the first possession.
A high punt. Bounces at the 30. And it'll be 1st and 10 from the 31. This is college football on ESPN, delivered by Papa John's. Folks, you're watching the ACC on ESPN. Let's go down to Quint.
Mark, this building has been buzzing for the last 45 minutes. These fans are going sideways. This is Clemson's first road test of the season, and the noise already has had a huge impact. Dave Doran saying, I don't care about attendance, I want participation. Well, they came up big on that last series. These fans, maybe only 58,000, it sounds like 100 grand.
Sure does. First down and 10. Leary gets it out quickly and completes it to Emezie. Emeka Emezie working against Nolan Turner and picks up the first down, a gain of 12 on the play. Out to the 43-yard line. First down and 10 for North Carolina State.
And what you saw there was they gave him free access to the boundary. And when we talked to Devin Leary this week, he said, anytime they give me free access, I'm going to take that time and time again because they want to work the ball methodically down the field.
Completing 67% of his passes coming into the game. A dangerous toss, incomplete. Intended for Carter on the play. Mark Jones alongside Robert Griffin III. Hey, college football is back, folks. Quint Kesnick down in the field. North Carolina State talked about not overcoaching Leary at quarterback. What does that look like on the field for them to be successful?
Yeah, offensive coordinator Tim Beck said if you give coaches enough time, they'll mess it up. So they don't want to overcoach their players. They're going to give him answers built into the offense, and he can make those decisions. So his decision making today is paramount, and he can help lead his team to victory.
A diligent worker winning over the locker room and his teammates. Knight, who's had a couple of 100-yard-plus rushing games already this year, picks up 3. Let's take a look at your keys to this game, Robert.
Yeah, when we talk about the keys to the game, it's all about adaptation. For Clemson, they have to make better in-game adjustments when defenses show them something they weren't expecting. When we talk about points, well, both defenses aren't giving up a lot. So which offense will be able to get it rolling? And then we talk about stretching it out. NC State loves to run the stretch zone and do it with tempo. So Clemson has to stop it with penetration and setting the edge in the run game.
This Clemson defense has been intransigent here in the early part of the college football season. They have yet to allow an offensive touchdown this season. 3rd and 7 from the 46.
Play game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
Well, Coach Doran won't be happy about that in his 9th season.
Well,
make it a 3rd down and 12. Hope that noise didn't work against them that time.
I was going to say, I don't think anybody has a play for 3rd and 12. And obviously, as an offense, you don't want to just keep shooting yourself in the foot and putting yourself in bad down and distances, especially against this ferocious Clemson defense.
Saw that graphic a moment ago. North Carolina State has not won against a top 10 team under Doran. On the edge, complete to Carter. Made a nice move, but is brought down at the 47 by Andrew Booth. One of their best cover corners for Clemson, and it's 4th down coming up. The Tigers defense gets the stop on the play.
Andrew Booth is one of their better tackling corners as well. We saw him in the Georgia game earlier in the year come up and make some open field tackles, so good for him. They're going to try to challenge those guys today. They don't feel like them. Maybe they feel like their matchups outside are pretty good.
Well, Emezie is a tall receiver at 6'3". Carter on the other side at the same size. A high punt. Going to bounce at the 6 and harmlessly roll into the end zone. 53 yards in all. It'll come out 1st down and 10. They don't want attendance. They want participation.
This should put it on ice. Graham Mertz takes all day to throw that out route. Jack Kaiser picks it for 6. Now 34-13. It is all Irish in Chicago.
First and 10 from the 20-yard line for Clemson. Handoff is to Shipley, falling forward to the 25-yard line. A highly touted recruit, 5-star recruit out of Weddington, North Carolina. Won a state championship right here on this field. In fact, the last time Shipley was in Carter Finley, he was racking up about 250 yards and 4 touchdowns in his high school championship game. He was the MVP of that contest. DJ looking to pass. Got away momentarily. Delivers a strike to Ngata for the first down.
Oh, and those are the types of plays that DJ Uiagalelei has to make, right? Those are the special plays, right? Stepping up in the pocket, avoids the rusher that Will Shipley misses, and then drops a dime, ooh, to Joseph Ngata on the sideline. That's what we want to see from DJ Uiagalelei.
Completed 75% of his passes last week against Georgia Tech. Little receiver screen to the edge. Nowhere to go that time. Ladson Jr. stopped up by Tanner Ingle. Good pursuit. And that Wolfpack secondary. Flag down on the play. Boy, there have been a bunch of them so far.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 10 of the defense for taunting. It's number 10's first unsportsmanlike conduct foul. The penalty is 15 yards. First down.
Taunting. Moves the ball down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line.
I'd watch the sweep to the field here. They like to run it with this wing player and the running back.
Uiagalelei throws incomplete. Hit his receiver, Bo Collins, in the hands. It'll be second down and 10. You know what I always say, Robert? Don't play sports if you're going to get your feelings hurt.
Right.
I love talk back and forth. I played collegiate basketball. I wasn't hooping if somebody wasn't talking junk to me, or vice versa.
It's that taunting rule, right? But there, he was a little excessive with it. He came back a couple times and tried to chirp in his ear.
Second down and 10. DJ, tons of time into the end zone, caught and single touchdown. Justyn Ross got his feet in bounds, and the DJ is spinning for Clemson.
Oh my, Justyn Ross with the toe drag swag in the back of the end zone. And I can tell you what, guys, DJ Uiagalelei in this possession right here looked like the DJ Uiagalelei that we saw last year when he started those two games. He does an amazing job of extending the play, right? Going outside the pocket and gets his eyes downfield and drops a laser beam to Justyn Ross in the back of the end zone.
The extra point good. He said, it starts with me, DJ said. I have to be better, and so far, he has been better, Robert.
Oh, yes, he has. And Clemson fans are the happiest people on the planet, as you see right here. Justyn Ross going up for the catch and getting his feet in there. Oh, he didn't need one. He got two.
Tall like an oak and well-rooted and grounded right now. Uiagalelei, a.k.a. Big Cinco. He says you can call me Big Cinco, Big Five. Knight and Houston back for the kickoff. Robert, tell us what was key on this touchdown pass and catch.
This is all DJ Uiagalelei. Right here you got the circle on Justyn Ross at the beginning of the play. As you see DJ drop back in the pocket. He sees nothing's there. He goes outside, right? Uses his legs to extend the play, keeping his eyes downfield, being patient, and this is what he sees. You throwing that ball? I don't know, but DJ's got the arm to make the play, and boy, did he deliver a laser beam all the way to the back of the end zone. Those are plays that you cannot teach, and that's the plays that DJ Uiagalelei has to make.
His second touchdown pass of the season, 7th of his career, coming back the other way. This is Bam Knight running into heavy traffic, picking up one on the play. Andrew Booth with good run support off the corner to make the tackle for the Tigers. It'll be second down and long. Devin Leary coming into the game, completing 67% of his passes. There's a look at the impressive stat. The only FBS team not to allow an offensive touchdown going into game 4.
And if Clemson's defense wants to continue doing that.
Leary gets it out. Pass complete. That's going to be a first down to Emezie. Well, Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One is a Big 12 statement game in Norman. West Virginia quarterback Jared Dagey leads the Mountaineers against Heisman hopeful Spencer Rattler. Number 4 Oklahoma, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. One app, one tap. Flag down on the play. Emezie and Spector in on the stop.
Roughing the passer, number 10, defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
That's going to go against Spector for roughing Leary, the quarterback.
Yeah, he comes in late. I mean, come on now. Come on. I'm a quarterback. I'm a quarterback, and that's a little suspect. I'm not going to lie. Balin Spector's probably excited he didn't get to play last week. He's back out there on the field. Just ease up, young brother. That way they can't give the NC State offense an opportunity to get a fresh set of downs.
Looked like he slammed on the brakes pretty good, but I guess not.
I thought he did too.
8:17 to go in the first quarter. Off the first down, the penalty. Handoff between the tackles down to the 46. That was Zonovan Knight, a.k.a. Bam Knight, stopped up by Mickens. Knight had 103 yards rushing against Furman last week. Second down and 7. And look at that, another flag. We've had a proclivity of penalties.
Encroachment, offense, lining up in the neutral zone, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Wow. Well, Clemson is 60-2 when scoring first, going back to 2015. Dabo's 13th season as head coach, started as an assistant. Prior to that, a player at Alabama. He's built one of the real behemoths in college football. Look at this.
Snap infraction, offense number 50. 5-yard penalty, so second down.
Talk to me, Robert Griffin, about these opportunities that are going the wrong way right now.
It seems like when we talked to NC State, they wanted to confuse Clemson and DJ Uiagalelei, but they're coming out here and they're shooting themselves in the foot and moving backwards, and it seems like they are the ones who are confused. They got to get this under wrap if they want a chance to knock off number 9 Clemson.
7 penalties already. 2nd and 17. Leary out of the backfield to Knight, nowhere to go. Miles Murphy makes the stop.
Dave Doran telling us that we have to make our layups, and self-inflicted pre-snap penalties on offense. That's an example of being rejected as you're trying to make a layup. What you're seeing from the Wolfpack, though, is a variety of tempos. You got this sugar huddle right now. Well, they'll try to get up to the line of scrimmage and get the play called as quickly as possible to keep Clemson defense on their heels. You're also seeing a little tempo after they make a first down.
Well, it's interesting, Quint, too. Robert Venables likes to get his calls in late, so there's a little chess match going on between offensive coordinator Tim Beck and Brent Venables. The timing of the plays getting in, a little receiver screen on the edge, complete to Emezie. And Emezie is brought down by Booth Jr. And 4th down coming up. Not a great sequence for North Carolina State. And Brent Venables, well, this guy is as hyper as a triple shot of espresso. I mean, you are never going to see him stoic or calm. Rarely do you see him like that on the sidelines. He's a portrait of energy. 4th down and 13. Trenton Gill into punt, averaging about 42 per punt on the season. Nose of the football down, an end-over-end punt. And it caroms into the end zone. It'll come back out 1st down and 10 for DJ, who threw a touchdown pass on his last sequence.
He's got a gun. He can throw however he wants.
DJ throws it out of bounds. And we saw security detail right there throwing it with authority.
Oh, yeah. He said, Coach, put me in.
What do you think of his form? Tell me about his form,
I don't
Robert.
really like the elbows out. You know, they teach that to these high school kids sometimes, but look at the way he's walking away right there. Broad shoulders. He felt good about that pass.
Hey, just another Clemson completion. 5:37 to go in the first quarter. Tigers up by a touchdown. Uiagalelei hands it off to Kobe Pace. Kobe Pace and Will Shipley going to get the majority of the carries today. Lynn J. Dixon into the transfer portal off of last week.
And what you've seen from DJ Uiagalelei today is that he is making the plays, right? These aren't called plays that he's going out there and delivering on. He's breaking the pocket, using his legs a little bit more, and bringing excitement to this Clemson offense. But they do have to be able to run the football effectively. So we got to see if that offensive line can start hunkering down.
DJ incomplete at the 28-yard line, broken up nicely by number 13, Baker Williams, intended for Justyn Ross. So DJ now 5 of 9 passing after that incompletion. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
What we've seen from Clemson is that when they have the broken plays and DJ can use his feet, they're being effective moving the ball down the field. But when they're lining up and just running their offense, you know, going through their reads, they're not being effective enough right now. And that's a testament to NC State and what they're doing on defense.
Here's the punt. Taylor Thomas back there and at the 46-yard line. The 1st and 10 from there. Julian Gray fielding it. Some pertinent storylines coming into this next to last weekend in September. Ranked teams losing there, Robert.
Yeah, what's going on in the ACC? Oh, man, FSU fans, they are just in the dumps right now with what their team is doing. And then you got these key guys getting injured, and you just don't know. Right. Is the ACC going to be able to get into that college football playoff with the teams that they have right now at the top? Clemson's their best shot. We'll see if they can keep things rolling today.
Tigers surely going to miss Davis today. Good tackle by Booth. Person on the reception out of the backfield. Andrew Booth has been busy making a bunch of tackles already today. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Tyler Davis, number 13, absent today for the Tigers, out with a biceps injury, underwent surgery after that Georgia Tech game, but they've got some dudes up front still with Brazee and Arroyo. Kind of rolled off the tongue nicely.
That was good. That was good. I had to hold the laughter in there, man. But Tyler Davis is definitely an NFL player. They're going to miss him.
Snap infraction. Offense number 50. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
What's that, number 8? The 9th penalty, 8th penalty of the first quarter? Wow.
I mean, OC Tim Beck, he said, don't overthink it. And right now, they seem to be overthinking it with the snap count. I understand why they're doing it, because they want to throw off that dynamic, dominant defensive line that Clemson has. But if you're continuing to move backwards, nobody has plays for 1st and 2nd and 15.
Person in the backfield. Takes the handoff and makes it back to the 45-yard line. Picked up 4 on the play. Ricky Person at Wake Forest, North Carolina, came into the ball game today with 165 yards on the ground and 3 touchdowns. Last week, singled out for his proficient blocking against Furman, keeping that quarterback's jersey clean. Devin Leary, you like that, Robert, right?
Yeah, we don't like a dirty jersey now.
Under 3.5 to go, and look at this. Penalty number 9.
Offside. Defense number 11. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Just as I was talking about not using the snap count so you don't go backwards, Devin Leary said, hey, RG, I got this. Uses it again and gets Brian Brazee to jump off sides and put them in a more favorable 3rd down here on 3rd and 6.
Brazee leads that defense of Clemson in sacks so far this year. North Carolina State has to get to the 44 for the 1st down. Leary has time, complete over the middle, and a 1st down. They'll move the chains. Carter with the catch and run.
Leary does a beautiful job here of working through his progressions, right? We talked to offensive coordinator Tim Beck, and he told us they were going to do more drop-back passes with pure progressions because of the confusion that Clemson defense likes to do with their disguises and their 2 highs and their 1 highs and their man coverages. So Leary did an amazing job of working through his progressions, delivering the easy ball for the 1st down.
1st down and 10. Leary off the play fake, completes it again. Emezie picks up another 1st down. Came into the game as their leading receiver with 14 catches for 186 yards.
So here you got Emezie, does a nice little sit route, breaks one tackle and gets vertical upfield, and those hidden yardage right there after the catch, those are going to put them in better situations. Now they can possibly take a shot here at the end zone, which we know they have wanted to do the entire game to truly challenge the corners of Clemson.
Leary pretty hot, 8 of 9 for 45 yards. Emezie is his self-described security blanket. This time he hands it off. Great balance by Person Jr., but stopped up. .147 to go. Emezie on the sidelines, and now wonder if he comes back in on this play.
I mean, if I'm the quarterback, I want him back out there, right?
Hardest worker on the team.
That's what Devin Leary said. He said he's the hardest working guy. He's the first guy in. I'm sure he means with him, of course, right? But he works hard, and that makes him reliable on game days. Someone that he's constantly looking for.
To sit this play out, Emezie will. 2nd down and 8. Looks like a double pass. Downfield, into traffic, and nobody was fooled by that one. Thayer Thomas threw it, and they were fortunate not to have that intercepted. Ricky Person had 3 guys defending him.
Yeah, you say three guys, but he had an entire team meeting over there, right? He threw that. Thayer Thomas said, "Oh, it's my time. I'm going to have my glory moment." Man, they're very, very blessed that that was not intercepted.
3rd and 8, and look at that. Flag number 10. Trey Williams moving a little bit early on that defensive front for the Tigers.
Offside. Defense number 8. Five-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Some of the greatest pass rushers ever say those offsides penalties, those are just the cost of doing business.
Okay.
But when you start putting them back to back to back, okay, now you got to calm down, guys, because you're hurting yourself and you're helping the offense move further and further down the field.
And the cost of business goes wrong. 3rd and 3. Into a tight window, complete to Thomas. 1st down. He beat Spector on the play. A methodical drive. This is a 6-yard gain on the play for the 1st down. Down to the 15. 7 plays, 39 yards. Quick toss to the wide side of the field. Person found a crease and moves the pile just inside the 10-yard line.
Clemson's defense is swarming to the ball. You just saw about 8 or 9 hats right there. But even with all those guys playing hard and getting to the ball, NC State is just chipping away, right? They're just chopping the wood, moving closer and closer to the end zone. Let's see if they can get it in and be the first team to score a touchdown this year against Clemson's defense.
On 2nd and 4. Goes into the end zone, had one-on-one. Emezie was working against Andrew Booth. And it'll be 3rd down and 4. Booth is their best cover corner in the secondary. Had that memorable one-handed pick last year. Made a lot of the SportsCenter top 10s.
There's a lot of people out there who hate the red zone fade, and this is why. A lot of times with the quarterback, you have to throw a catchable ball. Okay. Leary didn't do it there, and I don't know why. Because Emezie is a guy who makes those types of catches. Just give him an opportunity. Let him go up and be strong like he is.
He's the security blanket. Lined up to the top of your screen again. Thomas in motion. This time, caught, touchdown! Emeka Emezie. That's the first offensive touchdown scored against Clemson this season. With 5 seconds to go into their 4th game of the season.
Rolling on the field, catch for a touchdown. The play is under further review.
If it stands, it'll be Emezie's first touchdown catch of the season. take another look here, Robert.
I felt like Devin Leary was listening to us up here, right? He gave him an opportunity to make the catch, right? A catchable ball. We just got to see if that ball touched the ground. As you saw right there as he stood up, his hand looked like it was right underneath it. Oh, got him in. Doesn't move. No, that's a touchdown,
that's
baby.
A catch. That's a catch. His hand underneath the ball. This is a better angle of it.
He caught that with his face mask almost.
Hey, faces count too.
Look at that, man. We just talked about it. Give him a catchable ball. Let him go and make that contested catch. And Emezie just showing off for his people, right? Wow. Here it is one more time. Catches it, puts it against his face mask. Oh! Look at that. It's a game of inches, right? Oh.
Great effort.
What?
By Emeka Emezie.
He must be a Giants fan.
Tyree, right?
There you go. David Tyree with the...
Used his face mask to catch the ball in the Giants Super Bowl victory. And
after further review, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, the touchdown will stand after the review. And the Wolfpack a point away from tying this game at 7 apiece, trying to snap that 8-game losing streak against Clemson. Dave Doran has been talking about this being a huge opportunity for them this week. Chance to improve to 3-1 on the season as we check in with the studio.
All right, guys, want to check in on some other ACC action across the country. Matt Berry with a studio update. Malik Cunningham takes it in 4 yards himself. It is all Cardinals, 17-0 Florida State, or Louisville rather, over Florida State on ESPN2.
All right, Matt, back here. Coach Doran really loving on his players on the sidelines. Had a big old smile on his countenance on the sidelines. Leary, a group dap up there. Yeah.
Dave Doran talked with us during the week, and he said offensively they have to be patient, protect the ball, and cash in on their opportunities. Don't just make the routine play, make the special play. And that right there was a special play by Emezie and Leary.
He's very fond of using basketball analogies, and he said, we're going to have to hit a bunch of threes with guys hanging all over us. And that, as you said, would probably be considered one of them. Tied at 7 with 5 seconds to go on that last drive. North Carolina State very efficient. Their distribution, running, passing, and then finding their big target in the end zone for the touchdown. And you think about it, Robert, Devin Leary hasn't played a lot of football. Only 4 games last year before he was injured. 3 games this season. But really, well, what do you think about how comfortable does he look back there today?
He looks comfortable, right? He said this game is important because it's the next one. And he's really grateful for his injury last year. And we can talk about that a little bit more after this play.
DJ is going to keep it himself and pick up 2. Well, Robert, we'll talk a little bit more about Leary and his comfort level in the second quarter, because the first 15 minutes here are in the books as North Carolina State tries to end that odious losing streak. Back with more right after this. Impressive artwork in and around Carter Finley Stadium. This is what it looked like yesterday, and then today they just continue. Our man Raleigh Renoir, or maybe it's Rodin, our painter down there, doing a great job on the artwork. 2nd down and 8. DJ pulls the trigger. Is it picked off? No, it's incomplete.
I think he was out of bounds.
Tanner Ingle right there had a beat on that ball. It'll be 3rd down and 8 coming up.
Yeah, this is something that DJ's got to work on. He's continually staring down his receivers. This ball should have been thrown at least a half second to a second before that, if at all. And he's getting lucky there. Tanner Ingle wasn't able to get his foot down. Otherwise, that'd be going the other way.
DJ received his first Power 5 offer in the 6th grade. A precocious talent. Little blitz coming. Uiagalelei stopped up about 2 yards shy of that first down. Good tackle by Pitts Jr. And it's 4th down. Yeah, he'll let everybody know that wants to watch and listen as they get the stop. 3 and out for the Tigers offense.
It's 2 things that I don't like there, right? One I like and one I don't like.
What's that?
Straight stem routes, right? No creativity in the structure of the offense to give DJ an opportunity to make some reads. The thing I do like is the fact that he used his legs there, and he hasn't been doing that early on in the season.
4th down and 2. And the second quarter begins the same way the first quarter did, with flags.
On start. Offense, number 16. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
Okay, we're at 11 penalties already. I'm going to set the over-under at about 20, Robert.
I don't know. Maybe the refs just like the camera time, man. You know, these guys work out. They want to see do these symbols and stuff. And they got to get their camera time too. I get it.
Take the over. Thayer Thomas back deep, standing at his own 30. They came after it a little bit. And a high punt comes down at about the 19, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Wolfpack as we go back to the studio.
All right, guys, checking into that vintage Southwest Conference, Texas A&M, Arkansas from back in the day at Jerry World. Check out KJ Jefferson on a dime to Traylon Burks. 85 yards for the touchdown. Woo Pig up 10-0 end of the first quarter.
Arkansas up 10-0.
We're just watching here to see if the punter actually got hit, and I mean, it was a little bit of an acting job there. He kind of fell into the contact, but I don't blame him for trying.
Might be a theater major.
That was good.
1st and 10 from the 20. Leary hands it off to Person Jr. Nice gain of about 9 on the play. Well, we saw the mural a little bit earlier. There it is. What a beautiful backdrop here at Carter Finley Stadium. Wonderful artwork. Strength in the pack. Strength in numbers. This team galvanized and ready for their opportunity. Leary with time. And is going to be pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line by Skalski. Remember, it was him that made the touchdown-saving tackle last week, late in the game against Georgia Tech, and we had a great visit with him earlier this week. He decided to return because he was injured last year. Didn't really finish the way that he wanted to. Had a little surgery during the offseason, but he's really the heartbeat of that Tigers defense.
He is, and Jamie Skalski is a guy that he's hard to not like, right? He's a little undersized, but he's athletic enough to go out there, and he plays instinctually because of that.
1st and 10. Leary bounces the pass incomplete to Lesane. You could just call him 10 rings. This guy's got a ring for every finger. ACC championships, national championships, bowl championships and victories. And I mean, that's a resume, an impressive one.
Hey, winning rubs off, right? It rubs off on everybody around you. And Jamie Skalski's done a lot of that, and he's a great leader on this team. Plays with everything he has in him. And even on that touchdown-saving stop he had on 4th down last week, he puts his body on the line for his team.
On 2nd and 10, they're going to hand it off to Person Jr. Stopped up right near the line of scrimmage by Skalski. Quint?
He's got no off button, and he can diagnose plays like you wouldn't believe. Says he listens to music to stay calm. During the week, he told us, I got a little Coldplay. Today, pregame, what did he tell us, guy? Dangerous.
Dangerous. Yeah, he was feeling it in pregame when we saw him down on the field, and looks like he's upset about something. He was holding his shoulder.
Yeah, it seems like he's got a stinger. He had one at the end of the game last week, so let's hope that he's okay. This Clemson defense needs him.
On 3rd and 10. And Leary's going to be sacked at about the 19-yard line by Thomas. Xavier Thomas Out of Florence, South Carolina, makes it 4th down, and North Carolina State will have to punt. You are looking at one of the best, most elite defenses in college football. Thomas, Brazee, Davis is injured, but he's part of that group. Skalski, we talked about him. That's their 7th sack of the season. Taylor standing back at his own 35-yard line to receive this punt. Trenton Gill drives it all the way down to the 20-yard line. Taylor with nowhere to go, brought down right where he caught it after that 57-yard punt. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back on the other side, we'll take a look at that defensive wall of Clemson's. He was shaken up late in that game, perhaps on that play, and right now on the sidelines trying to mend. Moore with the tackle on the play on Shipley. This was the play a moment ago where he was shaken up. Looked a little bit kind of harmless, Robert.
Yeah. With those stingers, man, once you get one, it kind of just is a reoccurring thing. So I'm hoping that he's all right. And you see him there with the towel on his head. He was emotional during the break. It makes you feel like maybe he might be done for the day.
2nd and 12. Uiagalelei going to try and run. Is going to be sacked for a loss of 1 on the play. Didn't have anybody open downfield, Robert. And that Wolfpack defense just engulfed him.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have anybody open downfield, but once again, like I talked about on the 3rd downs, just straight stem routes. You know, no one is really getting mesh points or getting the easy pick plays. Where's the creativity offensively? And it seems like they not only do they not have an identity, but their offensive play calling is a little bit archaic. And they need to help DJ and help these receivers get open.
3rd and 13. Has time, and now going to be brought down inside the 10 by Durden.
You see it here, right? DJ drops back to pass. Everybody's covered. He had an opportunity to maybe hit the curl route there, but the one thing he cannot do is hold on to the ball. DJ Uiagalelei, you have legs. They're big tree trunk legs. Use them. Get out of the pocket. You can't sit there for more than 3 seconds and expect a defensive lineman to not eventually win against one of your offensive linemen.
Loss of 7 on the play, 4th and 20. Irish punting from his end zone. Rolls out to his right, a line drive punt at midfield. Thomas inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. The Wolfpack will begin this sequence with great starting field position, but a popular refrain this afternoon, a flag on the play. Clemson's defense going to be backed up here a little bit.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 43, receiving team. The penalty is 15 yards. Receiving team will keep the ball. 1st down.
That's going to hurt their good field position a little bit. Penalty against the Wolfpack. We're going to take a short break with 9:08 to go in the 1st half.
That's 3 3-and-outs in a row for Clemson. Clemson's defensive line, it all starts up front. There's something serious here. You see Trey Williams and Brian Brazee run a TT inside game twist. And yes, Williams falls into the pool on a belly flop, but he turns the QB right into Brazee, who's running like a tiger that didn't like his last meal, letting Jordan Yates from Georgia Tech know there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Okay. Great pursuit. That impervious defensive front for the Tigers. 1st and 10. Leary's 10 of 13. Make it 11 of 14 and a 1st down to Emezie. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, Iowa getting a little bit of a fight out of Colorado State. Big favorites, 23.5-point favorites. Took a while to score. Spencer Petras. Good ball to Keegan Johnson. 7-0 Hawkeyes midway through the 7th.
Matt Berry, South Dubuque Street in Iowa City, probably popping right now after that play. Leary with time, taking a shot into the end zone, incomplete, off the hands of Devin Carter. So close.
Oh,
they had a man.
So close. Look at this. Ow, man, he almost reeled that in. This is, oh my Lord.
I had the best seat in the house. I am standing about 5 yards right from where this ball landed. I thought he had it. I thought he had it tracked. It's almost as if he put his arms out too early. I mean, that missed by 2 or 3 inches.
Every inch counts.
Second down and 10. Leary sacked. Oh, no. He escapes temporarily, gets it out of bounds. It went beyond the line of scrimmage. Brzee and Murphy there with the pressure. So there was a receiver in the area. That's not going to be intentional grounding. But it's still 3rd and 10.
Myles Murphy, that guy, he can play. He's got a nice inside rush right there and got a hold of the quarterback. All he's got to do is hold on, and that's a sack. Now then, Devin Leary did throw that away. I don't know if there's really a receiver in the area, but hey, I'm a quarterback. You got to let that one slide.
3rd and 10. Leary gets rid of it quickly, completes it to the edge, and nowhere to go this time for Devin Carter, who had an opportunity a couple of plays ago, and it's going to be 4th down and about 3. Venables making the tackle on the play, the son of the defensive coordinator.
Oh, they're going for it.
Oh, they might have drawn him offside, which might have been the initial intent all along. Justyn Foster right there jumped offside.
Offside. Defense number 35. 5-yard penalty. Penalty results in a 1st down.
Well, sometimes it actually works when you try and draw him offside, huh?
It does, but Justyn Foster, come on, man. What are you thinking here? Right? You're a senior. You played a lot. You know in these situations, they're going to try to hard count to get you off. Golly. I know they're upset with him right now.
Wolfpack get a free pass. Under 8 minutes to go here in the first half. Leary under heat, loses it, put it on the ground. It's loose. The Tigers say they have it. Still no call. Big hit by Thomas, who jarred it loose. And the officials are actually in there trying to.
Hey, you don't want to know what's going on at the bottom of that pile right now, okay? There's some weird stuff going on. Right? They're pulling on ankles, pinching elbows, trying to tickle each other. I don't know, man.
It's pretty intimate down there. And it's going to be Clemson football and a flag thrown, which is part of the theme of the day. Here's another look at it. Thomas knocked it loose.
Covered by the defense. Clemson has their first sideline warning. 1st down.
So it'll be Tigers football, 1st and 10. So close.
Oh.
And then a couple of plays later, the Tigers have the football. And this the 90th edition of North Carolina State against Clemson. The Tigers have won 15 of the last 16 against the Wolfpack. 1st and 10 Tigers from the 42. DJ hands it off to Will Shipley, stopped up by Isaiah Moore. Well, tomorrow, Sunday NFL Countdown before he faces Patrick Mahomes one-on-one with Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert. Plus, Randy ranks this week's best catches, and you got Moss kickoff week 3 with Countdown 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. Love me some Justin Herbert. Loved him in Oregon. Became the starter last year. Things went his way. Tyler Taylor had that unfortunate situation with the team trainer. The pass complete to Justyn Ross. Folks, look at number 8. He might be one of the best, most compelling comeback stories in college football this year. Missed all of last year after undergoing 2 different spinal surgeries. Tell you more after this play on 3rd down and 9. Play clock under 10. Let's see what Uiagalelei checks to. I'm not sure he got it off in time.
Looks like Dabo called a timeout.
Full snap. Timeout. Clemson.
Arkansas, KJ Jefferson out of the backfield to AJ Green. Watch this embarrassing tackling by Texas A&M. If that happens, the guy's going to score 17-0 Arkansas over Texas A&M.
Over 50,000 in attendance here at Carter Finley Stadium. Clemson 0 for 4 on 3rd downs and now 0 for 5 with that incompletion. Good smoke and heat from Isaiah Moore. He was a big part of that defense. Moore, number 1. Big mentor for Drake Thomas as we go down to Quinn.
Mark, don't sleep on special teams in a game that appears to be knotted, whether it's a turnover, a big swing and field position, a big play, maybe a long field goal from 2 very talented kickers. This game is tight. Maybe special teams can be the difference.
Great point, Quinn. Fires from his own 38. Thomas with a fair catch at the 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from there after the 41-yard punt. As we take a look at this week's college football rankings, brought to you by Goodyear. Alabama 1. Georgia 2.
Yeah.
What jumps off the page at you?
Oh, for me, there's so many teams that are playing better than teams that are on this list. Obviously, Arkansas is beating up on Texas A&M right now, and I do believe that Ole Miss deserves to be in this top 10, the way they've been playing early this year. But it's still early in the season, and I do believe there's a massive gap right here between the first 2 teams in the country and everybody else.
Big cliff after Georgia. Person Jr. in the backfield. 6:06 to go in the first half. Person with a nice carry. Stopped up at about the 17 by Mickens. Picked up 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 5. There's 6 minutes to go.
I was going to say, you know, sometimes with these rankings, we get caught up in where teams are earlier in the year because it's all based off of preseason expectations. So guys start losing, teams start winning, and it ends up, you know, figuring itself out by the end of the year. But, yes, there are some teams right now in the top 10 that do not deserve to be there based off how they're playing.
You going to name names?
What?
There's a couple there. 2nd and 5. Spector with a nice stop on the run by Person. A couple of touchdowns in the ball game. Uiagalelei right there with the first one, and then Leary to Emezie, pardon me, and then Skalski injured. And we haven't seen him since that play. There's a look at the respective time of possession in favor of the Wolfpack right now. And Skalski, helmet off on the sideline. Interesting to see what kind of impact that has on the Tiger defense. Behind the intended receiver, Tootle. And it's incomplete, sets up a 4th down. Robert, we were talking about it a little bit yesterday. This had a lot of potential to line up as a low-scoring game, right?
Yeah, as an offensive guy, right, you love to see points put on the board. But there's just something beautiful about a defensive struggle. We talked to Quint about special teams and how it can impact the outcome of the game. That's what it seems like this game is going towards. Both teams are struggling offensively. They're committing a lot of penalties. So we could be in for a low-scoring affair here.
Add that to the fact you saw how many points per game each team has allowed, respectively. Both in the top 5 in the FBS. Nowhere to go on the punt return by Will Taylor. Our Week 3 Monday Night Football matchup, a big early season NFC East showdown. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles taking on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on ESPN. Deportes, the app, ESPN2. We'll have the Mannings. Our coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown, 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific time. And, looking forward to that one. I've enjoyed watching the Mannings on TV.
Yeah, the Mannings have been funny,
They're
right?
just chopping it up
if
right
you
there.
know ball,
Right.
it's an enjoyable watch.
Yeah. The broadcast. We got Clemson with the football right now. 4:37 to go. Uiagalelei up top, a little contact. That's going to be a flag and pass interference against Pitts Jr.
A little
Got it.
contact?
Pass interference. Defense number 24. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Okay, I'll admit.
First down.
If I get hugged like that by my wife, I'm a happy guy.
Well, I'm not your wife, okay? But you see this guy, look. Hey, that's not a little
what's
bit of
wrong?
contact. He's over
He just
him like this.
brushed him. He just brushed him.
No, what's nah? He didn't brush him. That should have been a 30-yard penalty right there, man.
He took one for the team. First down and 10. I kind of expected you to react that way on the pass interference. Little bubble screen here to Justyn Ross. Talked about his story a little bit earlier. Doing a routine practice, suffered what he thought was a stinger a couple of years ago in 2019. Further examination discovered a rare congenital condition that he had. Subsequent to that, had 2 different operations and then wasn't really cleared until July, August of this year to resume football activities. And most people consider it a miracle he's able to play. And there's a miraculous interception. Drake Thomas.
We see you, Drizzy. Yeah, baby. Drake Thomas, a.k.a. Draco is what they call him, with the heads-up play off the tip by Isaiah Moore. What a play. That was a big-time defensive stop and turnover for NC State as Clemson was going down the field and putting together a decent drive.
Great adjustment on the football after the tip by Drake.
And how about this, right? Drake Thomas used to be Isaiah Moore's backup, and they have a great relationship, and now both of them are starters at the linebacker position. And how is it that number 1 Isaiah Moore is the one who tips the ball to Drake Thomas?
On the run, this is Bam Knight. Remember Draco telling us that he loved contact and hitting since the time he was 6 years old.
I hate to be his friend, man. Hitting at 6 years old?
Hey, according to him, like Drake's new jam, no friends in the industry.
I guess that's how they do it in Wake Forest, North Carolina, huh?
2nd and 5 coming up. On the handoff, this is Bam Knight. You know, it was great to see Bam Knight bounce back the way he did last week after fumbling early in the football game, put it on the ground, and then ended up rushing for over 100 yards in that win against Furman. But these 2 guys, Knight and Person Jr., Robert, what do you make of them as being one of the more prolific, productive tandems in all of college football, not just the ACC? They
are, and every team that's going to face NC State is going to see a heavy dosage of these 2 backs in Bam and Powell, number 7 and number 8. But as you see right there, it looks like Zonovan Knight was limping a little bit, so we got to check on that and make sure he's okay.
Approaching 2.5 to go. Broke a tackle. Nice cut by Bam as we go back to the studio.
All right, guys, coming up on the Lexus halftime report, Notre Dame makes a statement as Brian Kelly makes history. Plus, it is all Arkansas and Arlington. We'll have highlights of that one. And the ACC gets bragging rights over the SEC. Jesse Palmer, Joey Galloway join me coming up on the Lexus halftime report.
Hey, speaking of the ACC, what about Wake Forest? And a nice win last night for them against Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Undefeated still.
Wake Forest seems like they're for real.
There's a look at the tailback story. Knight stopped up short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and about 1 to go. Stopped by Bentley on the play.
I wouldn't be surprised right here on 3rd down if they gave the ball right back to their running back. They talked with us and said because Clemson does so much defensively, they don't have just one guy that they want to get the ball to on 3rd downs. They want to get the ball in the hands of their best players. And I believe Zonovan Knight and Ricky Persons Jr. are 2 of those guys.
Knight, remember, had a 53-yard touchdown run against Clemson a couple of seasons ago. 3rd and short. A timeout called by North Carolina State with 1:18 to go. Coach Dave Dorn wants to have a little conversation with the offense. Well, this season, along with their contributions to university's general scholarship funds, for every field goal and extra point made, Allstate will also be donating to the American Red Cross to help with disaster relief efforts. Thank you, Allstate.
Are you in good hands?
Always. Always. Up here in the booth with you, Robert, and producer Kim Belton in the chair, and the rest of the crew here this week. Aladdin Freeman, our director.
And we have fun, don't we? We have fun calling these games just for the love of the game. These guys are talented.
It's great to have college football back, Robert. Packed stadium here on a beautiful day. And yeah, 3rd down and 1. Knight will get the first down with a couple yards to spare. They'll move the chains with 1:13 to go. And right now still on the fringes of field goal range for Christopher Dunn, who Coach Dorn says he's comfortable trying a kick up to about 55.
Looks like Balin Spector, coming back from missing last week's game, is down on the field right now. Just another blow to their linebacking core that's been phenomenal this year.
Yeah. Simpson, Skalski already hurt. Spector shaken up. And another linebacker down. As you said, Spector. And this defense giving up its first offensive touchdown of the season to North Carolina State earlier in the game.
Looks like an ankle. Good to see him at least get up and jog off the field.
And you see what a great teammate Skalski is, coming out to help his teammate.
That's Balin Spector right there. So you see him on this play. He's getting in there, getting dirty. And it looks like he just gets a little rolled up on with the ankles there.
First down and 10. Leary hands it off to Knight. Knight made a guy miss and picks up about 3. Kane Patterson making the tackle on the play. They're really testing that depth of the Clemson linebacking crew. And North Carolina State will use its 2nd timeout. They've got 1 remaining to Clemson's 2.
Seems like offensive coordinator Tim Beck wants to get his best plays out right here before the half. But to piggyback off what you were talking about with Zonovan Knight, when he had the 2 fumbles against Mississippi State and he had the fumbles against Furman, right?
Right.
His teammates are the ones that picked him up. Right? They showed him that they need him, right? And what did he do? He came back and he had 104 rushing yards and a touchdown later in that game against Furman. This guy's a big part of what they want to do offensively in that stretch zone scheme. And Ricky Persons Jr., a similar type of back. These 2 guys, nobody wants to tackle these guys for 4 quarters.
Knight initially committed to Duke out of high school. Decommitted subsequent to that and signed at NC State. 2nd down and 6. Leary eluding that heat and sliding. Let's see where they spotted it. About the 38. Wow.
Hey,
I thought he deserved a better spot.
I was going to say, was that Devin Leary or was that Russell Wilson? Look at him moving in the pocket, getting vertical. And, get down. Get down. Be wary of those hits, Mr. Leary.
Yeah. And North Carolina State, Robert, is going to use its final timeout with 45 seconds to go. Talked about the hyperactivity of Brent Venables. He's fun to watch during the course of a game. One of the best defensive coordinators in all of college football.
Can you imagine being in that huddle right now? This guy is super fired up. And this is what Clemson's defense has been doing all year in these moments, keeping offenses out of the end zone. Tip pass here, big tackle there, making stops. They're not just making the routine play. They're making the special plays, and I think it's what's kept them in every game this year. They need their offense to play better, but if their defense can keep doing this, they will be in every game they step foot in.
What do you make of the chess match between the timing of his defensive calls and the offensive coordinator, Tim Beck, what he's doing on his end?
Venables is a guy that wants to get the call in as late as possible, as you talked about.
3rd and 2, the pass complete. Emezie with the first down.
But sometimes you can't do that, and I think that's why Tim Beck and North Carolina State are doing a good job of running the little muddle huddle, getting to the ball, running plays, because they don't want Venables to be making the calls. They want those backup linebackers who are in the game now to make them.
8-yard gain. Leary with a jump pass, incomplete for Emezie. And we got another flag.
Personal foul, shot block, number 56 and number 7, offense.
It's against
15-yard
Bryson
penalty, first down.
Spees. That's the 15th flag of the first half.
Yeah, I think that was on Thomas right here. As you see him lining up at the defensive end position, he gets outside of the tackle, and the running back cuts him while the offensive lineman still has hands on him.
Can't be engaged.
Can't be engaged when that happens. That's why you get the chop block call.
From the 45 now, with 35 seconds to go, still on the fringes of field goal range. Leary throws a dart complete. Forward progress going to be marked at about the 35. Thayer Thomas with the catch on the play.
They got to go fast here. The clock's running down.
No timeouts remaining. Leary can't take a sack. Throws it incomplete. Boy, he dodged one there. 3rd and 16 with 14 seconds to go. What do you do, Robert?
Yeah, I'm telling you, he actually had Thayer Thomas wide open and across the middle of the field on a basic route. But as a guy, Devin Leary, he is not really that fleet of foot, so he can't be holding on to the ball right here. As you usually sees those guys, he's got to find a guy to get the ball out to or throw the ball away. There, he was playing with fire, and luckily he was able to get it out of bounds and keep it out of harm's way from those Clemson defenders trying to smother him.
There you see Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator for North Carolina State. His offense just 7 points here in the first half against one of the best defenses in the country. Robert, we said at the top of the show he didn't want Leary overthinking things.
Yes.
How does it look to you so far in terms of Leary getting the ball out quickly and not overthinking things? Is he accomplishing it?
I think it's been more good than bad, but right there was a situation where he was trying to force the big play when he should have just went right back to his guy Thayer Thomas, who was wide open on the slot. But Devin Leary, he's done a phenomenal job of managing the game, and right here, this is a big moment for him on 3rd and 16. Who are you going to try to throw the ball to?
Down the sidelines, incomplete. 9 seconds to go. Emezie, the intended receiver, and 4th down coming up.
I was going to say, man, I like this Thayer Thomas guy right here. They buzz a defender to the flat when he's got a little stick route. And what does he do? He recognizes zone and sits there and actually was wide open if Devin Leary would have just pinned his inside shoulder. But with no timeouts, it was a great job by him of throwing the ball away and giving him a chance to kick this point.
Christopher Dunn is going to be put on ice here a little bit.
Clemson, second.
As they call a timeout, the Tigers do.
Timeout will be 30 seconds.
Dunn, career-wise, is just 2 of 5 from 50 yards and beyond. His career long is 53 yards. This one is going to come from 53 as well.
I was going to say,
16.
From 53 in the stats you just read, I'm feeling really good about him making this kick.
Yeah. Quint?
Dunn is a 5th-generation farmer from Lexington, North Carolina. Fritz Farm, where his family's been growing organic black Angus beef and hay. He's got to use the adrenaline of this moment, to use that surge of adrenaline to get a little extra oomph for a career long.
Trying to do his family proud here, Q. This 53-yarder gets it up in the air.
Oh,
Not enough meat on that one, Quint.
I was gonna say, where's the beef? He needs to barrel some more hay, get some more power into that leg.
Christopher Dunn off the mark with 3 seconds to go. In a low-scoring first half, still tied at 7 apiece. Dunn, not enough.
A little wide, too.
Yeah.
It's okay, Christopher Dunn. We couldn't make that kick either.
And so Dunn now 3 of 5 on the season. Uiagalelei will take a knee here, and Clemson, ranked number 9, will go into the locker room tied at 7 apiece against North Carolina State, looking for their 9th win in a row against the Wolfpack. But they're having to work for everything right now. Still staring at opportunity, North Carolina State is. Let's go back to the studio.
It is time for the Lexus Halftime Report. We have eaten our grass-fed beef. We are ready to give you some highlights. Texas A&M and Arkansas.
Second half, they'll get it to start this third quarter. Clemson Tigers seeming a little bit vulnerable here coming into Carter Finley this afternoon. Their offense still trying to find its rhythm. Some infirmities to talk about for Clemson as well. It'll be 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line for the Wolfpack as we check out our first half stats brought to you by PlayStation. Clemson just 3.6 yards per play, 0 for 5 on third downs. Not a great recipe for success.
Not at all. They've only got 8 rushing yards, right? If the quarterback's getting sacked and he's holding the ball too long, you got to be able to run the football. And then also for Clemson, right here, Jamie Skowski, the captain of the defense, is out of the game. It's a big loss.
Their linebacker depth has been tested this afternoon. Nice run by Person Jr. Picked up about 8 on the play. He was their second leading rusher coming into the afternoon. Here's how Skowski got hurt. Remember, he made the touchdown-saving tackle to help preserve the win last week against Georgia Tech. And there it is. After that play, went off to the sidelines. Now comes out for the start of the third quarter, minus his helmet and shoulder pads.
And it looks like what they've done is they've brought in Levante Bentley, number 42, who played when Balin Spector was out last game at that position at the will linebacker spot. Now he's going to have to play middle linebacker.
He's the ACC's linebacker of the week after last week's performance against Georgia Tech. That pass incomplete, intended for Chris Tootle. Will be 3rd down and short coming out for North Carolina State.
Well, I was going to say, they've got a lot of options here on 3rd and 1, right? You can run the ball, you can drop back to pass, but with those linebackers, with Jamie Skowski being out of the game, if I was them, I would stick the ball in the hands of either Zonovan Knight or Ricky Persons Jr.
Nose of the ball resting at about the 34. Person in the backfield. He'll get the call. Picks up the 1st down, plus about 3. Down to Quint.
You guys mentioned Skowski done for the day, comes back onto the field without shoulder pads, so we will see Spector and Bentley starting on the inside. Spoke to Dabo Swinney. You know, usually he's energy and Mr. Positivity. I got to tell you, you could feel the tension. You could see the tension as his team entered the locker room. They're in a dogfight. Too many penalties, no run offense. Clemson on the ropes.
Well, they've faced adversity before. Best is the standard. That is the credo, the battle cry for the Clemson program under Dabo Swinney. Emezie making the catch on the play, picked up 4. Best is the standard.
He says best is the standard, and I'm more than sure that's what he was preaching to his players at halftime, right? All he wants from them is their best. And if they give effort, a lot of times that effort can overcome some of their technical issues or some of their flaws, but Clemson's got to get their mojo back.
Second winningest team in the decade behind Alabama. This pass complete again. Emezie picks up 5. It'll be 3rd down and about 1. About the same they had on the previous 3rd down. And they were able to convert. What do the Wolfpack have to do here, Robert?
I just think they have to continue doing what they've been doing on this drive. Just keep eating away at the yards. 3rd and 1, that's a very high percentage down for offenses. So if they want to run the ball, they can. If they want to take a shot, they can. But right here, I would wait till they get past the 50 to take a shot play, run the ball, get a fresh set of downs.
Ricky Person in behind and beside the quarterback Leary. Person gets the carry. He'll pick up the 1st down. His forward progress was enough to get it. Bentley made the tackle on the gain of 2 on the play. It was interesting to visit with Devin Leary yesterday. And I asked him about his injury, which limited him to just 4 games last year. He said, the injury allowed me to prepare better, learn how to prepare better, to watch film, to analyze film, to really break down film, and also to improve the relationships that I had with my players, with my offensive linemen, my backs, my receivers, all across the board. And taking a shot downtown. Leary, incomplete. Intended for Anthony Smith.
Number 85, Anthony Smith. We asked the coaches about him this week, and they said he is our speed guy. Take the top off the defense guy. And right there, that's a special play, right? Some will say, just catch it and hit your hand. Yep. But he's got to make that play. First half, look at here, it was Devin Carter just inches away from making the catch. And right here, Anthony Smith, same exact thing.
Those are the contested plays that head coach Dave Doran contends they must make to win this football game. So far, not able to do that. Quick toss. A nice run by Person. Good tackle by Andrew Makuba, the starting safety, coming up to make that hit. A 3-yard gain on the play. There's a look at Simpson in the secondary. 3rd down and 7. Blitz coming from the Tigers, and they got to him. Leary sacked. The Tigers brought a lot of ordnance that time, and that artillery buried him, led by Nolan Turner.
Oh, I love it. They brought the triple barrel blitz, both backers and a safety. Oh, and Devin Leary never saw it coming. It's really actually hard to pick that blitz up. Clemson does an amazing job of timing it up so he couldn't see it and gets the tackle and the sack.
That's the 3rd sack of the day for the Tigers. Will Taylor right there on your screen at his own 20-yard line. Trenton Gill ready to punt, but there's a flag. You know, if college students are playing that game.
Offside, 54 defense, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
See, I'm not that clueless, Robert. I know that those kids and college kids, they got those games where every time, you know, Mark Jones says, and it's a flag, something's happening at their get-together, their party.
That's insane. 4th and 11. I don't know if I can speak to that, Mark.
Oh, nice fake on the fair catch. Tied at 7 with 10:45 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Hey, Mark, you okay? Did you go tailgating before the game?
Hey, I'm straight. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
I'm good.
If you say so, my guy.
Suited and booted, ready for this 3rd quarter. To vote for your favorite college town and in the Football Town Showdown, presented by Shell. What's your favorite town? College football.
I mean, come on. We get it cracking in Waco, Texas. Baylor University, baby. You know how we do it.
Carried by Will Shipley, who today has only run 5 times for 11 yards. I'm going to vote. I got 2 first place.
Okay.
Iowa City, South Dubuque Street, Kinnick Stadium, fantastic. And then, the old Orange Bowl in Miami is my favorite spot as well.
Okay.
I'm going to go 1A and 1A. 2nd and 10. Get it out quickly. Pass complete to Justyn Ross. And Justyn Ross picks up about 4. No fumble. 3rd down coming up.
Wow. Look at that. On a touchdown drive, Clemson went for 80 yards just going down the field. And the other 7 drives in the first half, they had 7 yards. 7! Oh, man.
Clemson looking for a game breaker, a home run hitter. Is it Justyn Ross?
They got to get it to Justyn Ross here.
3rd and 6. Uiagalelei incomplete, intended for Ngata, who was looking for the pass interference and won't get it against Pitts. 3 and out.
You know how I was hugging you earlier, Mark?
I remember.
Well, this is how you hug him.
Oh, okay.
As a DB,
Man.
you just hold your ground. And many people will say that's pass interference. As a quarterback, I say that's pass interference. But it's not, because the DB is entitled to his territory, and Ngata didn't do a good job of getting him off his spot before running that glance route.
Looked like he was holding him like a grudge.
My goodness,
Hey,
man.
that's just me. 4th and 6. Spires with a high spiral, bounces at the 34, takes an auspicious bounce for the Tigers, and stops at the 23rd. Leary with another opportunity here on offense. Opportunity. And speaking of opportunity, we'll talk about some history that was made back in the day, right after this. Was the first black student admitted to Clemson back in 1963. You might remember him, folks, as the 2-term mayor of the city of Charlotte. Watching our game here today, and Clemson graduate. Here's Zonovan Knight. And you think about, boy, 1963 was a turbulent time. So you can only imagine what Mr. Gann had to go through and endure with segregation and the Jim Crow South at the time. Kudos to him for helping to pave the way for people that look like you and I, Robert.
Oh, without a doubt, he is a barrier breaker, right? He's a guy that, as you said, led the way for us to be able to do the things that we do. And you can't understate just how much fortitude this man has had and what he's been through in his life.
Brian Brzee, meanwhile, shaken up down on the field, a key cog up front for the Tigers. Back after this.
West Virginia, Oklahoma, tonight on ABC.
That left knee kind of collapsed as he was engaging with the offensive lineman. Right now on the sidelines, and nowhere to go for Knight. But what kind of impact is that going to have on Clemson defensively, Robert, as we get another flag? Brzee coming out of that tent.
Personal foul, targeting number 10, defense. The play is under further review.
Targeting going to go against Spector, but I come back to Brzee. We've already seen Skalski injured.
It was a dead ball personal foul.
Of course, they came into the game without Tyler Davis with the bicep injury and subsequent surgery.
Yeah, we talk about Jamie Skalski and him being the one that makes it go. But up front, Brian Brzee, without him in there, their defensive line will not be able to do the things that we've been seeing so often. But as you see here with Balin Spector with the targeting, he puts the head down a little bit and tries to run through the running back. I'm not sure if everything is there for a targeting penalty. It just depends on when the ref blew the whistle. But I don't really see him launch right here. And I think that's the nature of the flag, right? He's not launching. He is leaning with the crown of his helmet, but I think they're going to pick up this flag.
Our guys on College Game Day did a great breakdown earlier today. There's a look at the targeting rule and the boxes that need to be checked. But earlier today on Game Day, there was a fantastic feature, and the statistical breakdown was interesting. 75% of the targeting calls are a result of the crown of the helmet. 45 calls overall in totality have been overturned.
There is no targeting on the play.
Okay, that adds another one to the total. 60, meanwhile, have been confirmed.
Yeah, as I said, the nature of the rule is to try to protect players, right? We don't want them launching, leading with the crown of their helmet and doing all these things, but you watch Balin Spector, number 10, coming in here. He's not launching at the guy. He's just trying to hit him and push him further back, and it just so happens that his helmet makes contact with his helmet. An accidental play.
So we're going to be looking at a 3rd down and 8 from the North Carolina State 25-yard line.
We've seen on these 3rd and shorts, NC State running the ball, but on 3rd and 8, they're going to have to drop back and throw.
It's a dead ball, personal foul. There is no targeting, but there is a personal foul for the late hit on the quarterback. 15 yards, first down.
That part, wow. Okay, so it had 2 different components to it. Late hit on the quarterback is going to move the football.
Yeah, I think the ref means a late hit on the running back. It has to be, right? Because he handed it off to the back here.
Yeah, he said quarterback.
He definitely said quarterback, but, you know, we all make mistakes, right?
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 40. Leary gets it out quickly. Complete to Lesane. And he picks up 10, just enough for the first down. Approaching 8.5 minutes to go in a kind of a disjointed 3rd quarter so far.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of penalties, right? A lot of injuries slowing the game down, but Devin Leary is processing at a high level right now, getting the ball to the guys that are open and moving his team down the field.
1st and 10 from midfield. Little receiver screen complete. Nowhere to go that time by Thomas. Hit by Makuba, who's been really impressive this year.
I was going to say, they definitely baited Leary into making that throw right there. Hopefully we can show you that right after this.
Hey, Monday Night Football, Peyton and Eli, ESPN2, 8 Eastern. They'll be breaking down Eagles Cowboys from their couches. Special attention paid to quarterbacks, of course, Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott. Monday Night Football coverage also available on ESPN and the ESPN app. Really enjoying listening to and watching the Manning brothers do their thing from their couch. Pass complete. Emezie with a first down. Another catch for him. He's been a favorite target.
So you see here, they're going to blitz someone off the slot, and the safety knows that as soon as that blitz comes, that Leary is taught to make that throw to the screen. So what does he do? He attacks it inside out with velocity and ferociousness and makes that tackle. Good job by Clemson of baiting him into that and making the stop.
11 catches, 102 yards for Emeka Emezie. Knight got hit almost immediately and might have gained a yard on the play. Miles Murphy making the tackle. You see from Clemson's defensive front, saw where they seemed in their previous games to be running a lot more stunts and twists than previous years. What does that say about them, Robert?
Yeah, I think that Devin Leary and NC State, they've done a good job of running the stretch zone, getting in the 3rd and short, so we haven't been able to see them do that as often. And they're also speeding it up on 3rd downs or slowing it all the way down to prevent them from making those twist game calls.
2nd and 9, blitz coming. Picked up by the running backs, and Leary out of the pocket beyond the line of scrimmage and a flag down. That's going to be the 17th. Pardon me, the 18th penalty of the game. And that's Brazee. Introspective and emotional right now on that Clemson Tiger bench.
Holding defense on an eligible receiver. Pass across the line of scrimmage. It's a 10-yard penalty and carries an automatic first.
He's used to dealing with adversity. You see the strong written on the tape on his arms. That is to pay tribute to his younger sister, Ella, who has been battling cancer. It says Ella Strong on his tape there. And he takes his sister to the field every time he puts on his hat and his shoulder pads. Playing for her this year. He's been inspired by her and her fight. Knight picks up 2 yards. Ella Brazee has been in a fight. Cancer, and family has been by her side the entire way, and mom and dad, loving and doting parents, and big bro Brian thinking about his sister nonstop. Something bigger than him.
Yeah.
And when you play for someone beyond yourself, when the purpose is beyond you, it really carries. Knight close to the first down. A spirited run by Zonovan Knight. Got a good block up front too, Robert, from Bryson Spees to gain 8.
You kind of feel like NC State is wearing down Clemson right now, right? They've had a couple injuries. Their defense has been on the field for an extremely long time. Maybe they're starting to wear them down, and maybe they start putting some points on the board here in the third and the fourth quarter.
Would have never thought I'd hear you say that at this point of the game this afternoon. Wearing down Clemson's defense. Wow.
I think part of it is because of the injuries, but also they are just effectively moving the ball down the field, taking what they're giving them.
9th play of the North Carolina State drive. Off the play fake. Touchdown! Carter with the catch. Devin Carter with his first touchdown catch this season and the 3rd of his career. And Brent Venables is incensed on that sideline for the Tigers.
You just listen to the crowd, right? Listen to him. Dave Doran said he doesn't care how many are here. He wants them to participate and make this atmosphere an electric one. And right here, you see this touchdown pass. And what you're not going to see is the safety coming down on the play action pass, which opens up the window right behind him for Devin Carter. Wow, look at that. Nice, easy throw. We talk about the routine plays. Right. That was one right there. The scheme won, and NC State made the play.
Leary delivered. Carter did what he was supposed to do. And North Carolina State leading by a touchdown.
Oh, man. Brent Venables.
About a guy who is irate right now.
He is hot. Angry. Hot angry. Without a doubt.
Carter Finley is popping right now. This is what we've all missed about college football. The party just got started here in Carter Finley Stadium. 5:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Shipley watches it go over his head out of the back of the end zone. Raucous crowd here today. Taco Bell, folks, welcomes you to the Liv Moss Student Section of the Year contest. Use hashtag Student Section Sauce to get the committee's attention and go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete. Strength in numbers. Strength in the pack. The pack seemingly galvanized right now.
Oh, wow. This is electric, isn't it?
Let's see if DJ has a response here. Hands it off to Will Shipley. And that's going to be the 19th flag. I told you to take the over, Robert Griffin.
You did tell me to take the over. You did. This is true.
Holding. Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. So first down.
I told you minutes into this football game when we had about 5 or 6, I said, you know what, let's set it about 20. We're at 19 now with 5:06 to go. It has been a disjointed effort by Clemson today.
Wow, 14 points last week versus Georgia Tech, the fewest versus an unranked opponent since 2011. And here they are.
Well, the alarms have been off and going off all week. 5 on the play clock. Uiagalelei. And a great open field tackle by Isaiah Moore, who's given him more.
We talked to Brent Venables, right? That's Clemson's defensive coordinator, and he talked about fighting for every patch of grass. But guess what? NC State is doing that right now. Isaiah Moore with the ankle tackle there. That if he didn't make that tackle, Will Shipley might still be running. They are fighting for every blade of grass, and you can see it. Tony Gibson is calling a beautiful game.
2nd and 21. Run it on the draw, nowhere to go. That's going to be a loss of 1. Jalen Scott making the tackle on Shipley. 3rd and really long coming up for Clemson. All the talk was about the Tigers defense coming into this game, not allowing an offensive touchdown. The only school in the country to do so as this Saturday began. But you know what, folks? This Wolfpack defense, Robert, they got ears too. They can read too. They've been hearing all the talk, and they're showing out as well.
NC State always makes you earn everything you get down the field. So here, they're showing the world what they've got.
DJ brought down at the 27, short of the first by Isaiah Moore. And a 3 and out again for the Tigers, despite the 13-yard gain by Uiagalelei.
At some point, Clemson has to take the training wheels off of DJ Uiagalelei in this offense. They're going to have to throw the ball. They're not running the ball effectively. They're getting behind on the sticks. They're going to have to open up and push the ball down the field.
Spires to Thomas, calls for the fair catch. At about the 23-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10. And now for today's Aflac trivia question. Aflac. Right, Mr. Duck. When was the last time Duke, East Carolina, North Carolina, NC State, and Wake Forest all won a game on the same day?
What?
Come on, man.
Now, how y'all gonna give me that question? last week you give me a good one. You get that one right. You're gonna ask me to pick a certain date?
This ain't Jeopardy, man.
Come on, man. I'm trying to keep the streak going here.
Yeah. You might have said the answer without even knowing. I'm just going to say that. Nobody up here on Google either.
I'm not on Google. I'm not on Google. When do I have to answer that?
We got a time limit coming up.
We got a time limit?
Maybe on the other side of the next commercial.
No. It's okay. I'm gonna take a guess. Since y'all gonna make it the hardest question of all time, and say it's right there in it, and it was last week.
Okay. We'll find out.
Let me Google the actual date.
We'll find out after the next play. Devin Leary,
September 18th.
looking at 1st and 10 from the 14. There's that stretch play. Person couldn't get to the edge. Let's revisit that question, the Aflac trivia question. When was the last time those schools that we mentioned? Aflac. Mr. Duck?
So I'm going to say it's last week, which was September 18th, because this is way too hard of a question. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. It's way too hard of a question.
You paid attention in school.
Come on, man. So it was September 14th, 1865.
There you go. And another flag, number 20.
Offside.
That was our Aflac trivia question. Aflac.
I thought that was a pretty good impersonation. I'm not going to lie.
Tell you what, Brent Venables.
Offside. Defense number 8. 5-yard penalty.
Venables, one of the
down.
highest paid coordinators in college football. And his defense, you know, we talk about all the injuries they've endured, the infirmities, and the things they've had to endure. They've still only given up 14 points. But right now, the offense is still stuck in neutral. 2nd and 3 for the Wolfpack. This is Person Jr. Stopped up after a gain of about 1. Under 2 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter.
I was going to say, do you know when the last date was that all those teams won on the same day before that date?
Now see, now that's the Aflac bonus trivia question, and I'm not ready for that. I would guess in the 60s maybe somewhere.
It was exactly October 4th, 1994.
94.
So October 1st, 1994. So I just pulled that one out of the...
Yeah, your search engine.
I'm searching engine, you know. Google.
3rd and 2. Yeah, that guy was sitting next to me during tests. 3rd and 2, over the middle, complete. Ricky Person picks up the first down. He was singled out for his great blocking last week. This time doing a nice job in the receiving game, picks up 5.
Clemson brings a little pressure, but no one's in the middle of the field, and that's what happens when you bring pressure. Sometimes you leave zones wide open. Leary finds it. NC State moves the chains.
Under a minute to go, 47 seconds in the 3rd quarter. Both teams with a full complement of timeouts remaining. Keep it on the ground. Person kept those legs moving, picked up about 4 on the play. And you might have had something there earlier, partner, when you said this Clemson defense might be wearing down a little bit.
It's not that they look tired,
right,
but they're starting to get beat down a little bit up front, and you just see them chipping away. 4 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. Puts them in a bad situation.
The true freshman, guy they're looking to get the ball to a little bit more, has great speed.
Look at this right here. Just the play count from the first half and the second half. NC State is dominating. They have more than double the plays of Clemson, and it's because Clemson's defense has not been able to get off the field. So when we talk about them being worn down, it's because they're out there constantly having to tackle, tackle. NC State is putting together long drives, and although they've only come away with 7 points, they are still staying on the field, and it's going to pay dividends here in the 4th quarter.
Trying to stay on the field here, 3rd and 2. Emezie in motion. They're going to get stopped up short of the first down. Good surge on that left defensive front, pardon me, for the Clemson Tigers. There are a couple of guys that got there to impede that progress. Rubin was the first one to get there for Clemson, and it's 4th and short.
Clemson finally had a havoc play right there with their defensive line playing in the backfield beyond the line of scrimmage to come up with a big stop. We knew they needed that, and now on offense they've got to unleash the dragon and let DJ do his thing.
Trenton Gill with his 6th punt. Fair catch called back at the 20-yard line by Will Taylor. 44-yard punt. Nothing on the return. A busy Saturday afternoon in college football. We'll have a studio update on the other side.
7 yards for the touchdown. Now 17-10. Arkansas is still in front.
All right, Matt, back here, 1st and 10 for Uiagalelei, and incomplete behind his intended receiver, Davis Allen. It'll be 2nd down and 10. What do they have to do, Robert, to find some kind of offensive rhythm at this point?
Right now, I want them to just open it up and allow DJ. You got to sink or swim with your quarterback as they go wildcat right here. I just want him to throw the ball, give him an opportunity to make plays and or make mistakes. Whatever it is, they need something to spark this offense.
Will Taylor taking the snap here from center. And he hands it off to Will Shipley, a seemingly harmless play. Shipley. Well, tonight, 2 title fights in the return of Nick Diaz to the Octagon, taking on former champ Ruthless Robbie Lawler. Highlight UFC 266 stack card. The prelims on ESPN News, Deportes, and Plus, starting at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, followed by main card on pay-per-view. To order in English and Spanish, go to espnplus.com/PPV. 3rd and 9. DJ in a tight window with the first down to Justyn Ross, his feel-good receiver.
Maybe that's the play that gets him going, right? Justyn Ross, this guy's a baller. You got to get the ball in his hands. And DJ Uiagalelei stood in there against the pressure, made a nice throw. Let's see if they can keep that rolling.
Only their 6th first down of the ball game. Their 6th. Shipley in space, and that's his longest run of the afternoon. Brought down by Pitts, and a gain of 15 for Will Shipley.
And look at that. Finally, we got some life from this Clemson offense. Will Shipley, no juking and jiving, going through the middle of the field. Let's go.
First down and 10. Allen in motion, now sets. Uiagalelei gets it out to Ross on the edge and pushed out of bounds at about the 43-yard line by Battle. Shaheen Battle got him right away pretty much to limit the game to 9.
This is who we've been looking for out of Clemson all day, right? These Clemson wide receivers are talented, long, speedy guys. Get the ball in their hands. Let them go out there and make plays. Allow DJ Uiagalelei to make quick decisions instead of just holding onto the ball, doing drop-back passes.
High expectations for DJ. He pulls it out, and he's going to run with it. Got the first down and then some. All the way inside the 10, down to the 5. His hat comes off, so he'll have to come off the field for a play. Harris made a touchdown-saving tackle on the 37-yard run. So we're probably looking at Tyshawn Humanchan coming into the ball game.
DJ, right, he goes to pass, sees a crease, and takes off. This is what we want to see. We want to see him use his legs. This DJ's playing the music right now.
They'll have to come out for that one play. Humanchan in the shotgun. Allen in motion. Gonna hand it off. Touchdown, Shipley! And the Tigers finally get into the end zone. And they do it with DJ watching from the sidelines. It's been that type of a strange, head-scratching afternoon. For Shipley, it's his 5th touchdown of the season. And they're a point away from tying it up.
It's the first time we've seen Will Shipley, this guy that has played great all year for them, really get out into the open field and make some cuts and not get hit behind the line of scrimmage. But they don't get down there without the decision-making and the feet of DJ.
And we are knotted at 14. Will Shipley, a 5-star recruit from the Charlotte area, finds the end zone. He told him, he said, I need you guys to help me to help you change things in and around our area, make tangible change, and the school has encouraged them and helped them along the way, and they are an official entity on campus doing so many great things positively throughout this area in and around campus. And Coach was very emotional when he was talking with us about it yesterday. It means a lot to him to watch that change and to help that change happen.
Everyone at home has to understand that it takes leaders like Dave Thrun who are willing to listen. When you don't know about something, right? You don't know what you don't know. And you can't truly understand something unless you take the time to learn what other people are going through. He did that, and it's paid dividends for his team and the university.
Knight in the backfield, trips. Gains about a yard. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, guys, this afternoon window, interesting developing stories around the country, including Baylor and Iowa State. Garmin Randolph, the tip and the pick. And right now, Baylor still on top of Iowa State, 28-23.
Let's go back to Quint for a little bit more on Pack United.
Coach Doran telling us about how this group had to grow through the pain, that dialogue, one pack, one goal.
Leary fires complete.
And Mark, he's got a right-hand man that you know well. Ruffin McNeil, the former head coach at East Carolina, is on the staff here. He's the head coach's assistant, basically his go-to guy for all things. And Coach McNeil was really instrumental in getting Pack United to get these players to talk things over with the coaching staff.
Really galvanized this team. Dave Doran's done a great job now in his 9th season at NC State. Blitz coming by the Tigers. Complete over the middle to number 29, Tootle, who picks up the first down and lets everybody know about it. Picks up 11 on the play.
Just another example of Devin Leary seeing the coverage, understanding that the pressure was coming. He had to get the ball out. And the one place that Clemson has not been able to cover all day, middle of the field. Wide open, Toodle, first down.
Coach Tim Beck said he's got to do what we coach him to do and not overthink it. 9:10 to go. Hands it off. There's the stretch play. Got a crease. Person. Going person to person. Face to face. And a first down for the Wolfpack. He picked up 22.
Look at the hole here that the offensive line builds for Ricky Person Jr. They make it look like poetry in motion out there, man. Who wants to tackle that guy for 4 straight quarters? Clearly, nobody.
222 pounds with a head of steam. Person and Knight, a top combination throughout the country. Keep in mind, if you're just joining us, James Skowski, the leader of that Tiger defense, out with an injury, as is the defensive lineman, Brian Brzee. Little screen out of the backfield, complete to Thomas, and a flag down. Looks like this one's going to be a hold. Emezie was in the area.
Holding, offense number 86, 10-yard penalty, still first down.
It's only the 22nd penalty today, Robert Griffin.
Only the 22nd. And here's the holding call. Oh, right there. Just stays locked in on him. He's just got to let him go right there at the point of attack. The offensive guy's already passed. That's not a problem. And you talked about James Skowski. Well, guess what? His mom calls him Jamie, so I'm going to call him Jamie.
There you go.
There he is right there. They're missing him right now.
The biggest cheerleader that they've got. 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. And this pivotal battle in the ACC Atlantic Division. Wolfpack call a timeout. They've got 2 left when we come back. 7:58 to go in the 4th quarter. Knotted at 14. The Wolfpack with the football at the Clemson 46-yard line. 1st and 18 to go. Little trips right. They run the screen back in the other direction. Nobody fooled on that Tiger defense. Spector there to blow it up. As we approach the bottom of the hour here, let's take a look at today's game track delivered by Papa John's. 9-14, some of the cogent and pertinent numbers on the afternoon. 15 total yards in the 3rd quarter. Clemson, the last drive, they had 80 here in this 4th period. Showing signs of life. Battered and bruised defensively. Losing a couple of key players. Leary eludes one tackler and gains a yard on the play. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, guys, have some Big Ten studio updates to get you to. We're going to start with Iowa and Colorado State. This one was tied midway through the 3rd quarter. Spencer Petras to Sam Laporta for the touchdown. Iowa with the ball. They're up, driving. Rutgers has fought their way back in it on the road at Michigan, but this missed field goal keeps it a 7-point game midway through the 4th.
All right, back here, you look at Brzee without his equipment on, without his hat and his shoulder pads, and limping. Suffered that left leg injury. 7:05 to go. Leary on 3rd and long. Gets it away. Person with a couple of nice moves in field goal range on 4th down coming up. Interesting call. Let's go back to the 2 injuries. Here's Skowski getting hurt first. And then he went to the sidelines. Brzee right here. Look at that left leg. That left knee kind of buckled. And he was done for the afternoon. Talented player, just a sophomore.
Yeah, and you just hate to see that for Brzee, right? He's got his sister, Ella Brzee, fighting against medulloblastoma, which is an aggressive form of brain cancer. So you see the Ella Strong in his arms, and he's playing for her. Just hope he's okay.
Dunn from 51 for the lead, and pushes it off to the left. Dunn with an opportunity to get it done and doesn't. Clemson with a tenuous escape. They'll have the football. Don't have ACC network? Go to ACCN.com for instant access. Uiagalelei looking at 1st and 10 from his own 34. Shipley in the backfield. 3 receivers out on this formation. Little bubble screen to Ross and nowhere to go. He'll be fortunate to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tariq Pitts Jr., number 24 right there, making the tackle. Had some assistance from Drake Thomas.
Yeah, I was going to say, Drake Thomas is the one who really makes that play there. He slow plays it on the run fake and then accelerates to the sideline to not give Justyn Ross space. That's what he needs to make plays. So Drake Thomas does a phenomenal job of closing it in.
Shipley will get about 3. It'll be 3rd down and long. What do you like moving ahead as we got some guys getting reacquainted here and got a...
Yeah, I was going to say, what I know that Dave Duran wants is this crowd to be electric and loud to make Clemson not be able to operate as an offense. But once again, their best player on the field is the guy throwing the ball in DJ Uiagalelei, and the best catcher is Justyn Ross. Find a way to get the ball to Justyn Ross.
DJ made a big play with his legs, 37 yards on a run on the last drive. Got happy feet here, gets rid of it. Incomplete. 4th and 8, no flags on the play. Intended for Brandon Galloway. And a 3 and out again for Clemson. And far too many of those for offensive coordinator Tony Elliott here this afternoon. Thomas back on his own 20 for this punt.
So that has to be either the 8th or 9th 3 and out. It's just not how you win football games, man.
Fair catch called at the 23, where it'll be 1st and 10 from there for Leary after the 41-yard punt. Devin Leary hasn't played a lot of football. 3 games this year, 4 last year before his injury. But so far, you know, I hate to use the term game manager, but it kind of feels like he's doing that and doing just enough to have them in a position here, Robert, in the 4th quarter with time winding down, in a position to win this football game.
This isn't what you normally see from a college football game, right? It's 14-14. This is like NFL scoring. You would expect these guys to put up 30, 40 points a game, but Leary is just taking what the defense gives him.
Knight takes the handoff, cuts it back and picks up about a yard on the play. Spector making the tackle. Had some help from Andrew Makuba.
As they say, all you have to do is make more plays than the other team. And I think that's the mindset that Devin Leary is going into this game with. And as we go down and the clock is running down, there's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left, he's saying to himself, I'm going to be the one to make the play. We got to see if NC State can go win this game.
2nd down and 8. Goes it on the out, complete. Let's see where they spot this. And they're going to give Emezie a favorable spot for the 1st down. Emeka Emezie with a clutch catch. Approaching 4 minutes to go in the ball game. 8-yard gain. They're going to run it with Knight. And Knight keeps that pile moving to gain about 4 on the play. Coach Doran told us when we met with them that they've come into the last couple of games here at NC State against Clemson in a position to win. They hadn't gotten it done. Right now, they're sitting pretty good.
He talked to us as we were actually coming off the field in pregame, and he said, we have to take that next step forward. And we're seeing that a little bit from NC State right now, where they're trying to seize this moment, and it's just going to come down to execution. Who is going to make the critical plays?
3:47 to go. Leary hands it off to Knight, bouncing it, and picks up a 1st down. Knight holding on to that football. Remember, he had that critical fumble last week early against Furman. Picks up 7 here, Robert.
Right here, you see the quick feed. He goes, gets vertical, and oh, right here, he's having nightmares, right? He sees the ball on the ground. He remembers those fumbles from those 2 other games, and he doesn't want to be the reason that they're not able to win this game. Good job of staying calm, pulling the ball back into him. And let's see if NC State, the Wolfpack, tries to get Emeka Emezie the ball again. He's already got career highs in receptions and yards.
Knight's going to run it into the boundary. and stopped up for a gain of about 1 on the play. Good tackle by Andrew Booth, and Knight getting up slowly. Tell you what, Clemson hasn't put a lot of points on the board today. That defense playing hard, though.
Yeah, that Clemson defense has been on the field for a really long time. And it's partly because they're not giving up the big plays, but they've got to come up with some big stops here on 2nd and long.
Leary gets it out quickly, complete. That's number 88, Devin Carter. And Carter about 4 yards shy of the first down. Sheridan Jones making the tackle. 3rd down coming up.
You talk about that game manager tag, and that right there is the simple play.
Okay.
Right? They give him free access, he takes the hitch. But guess what? It puts him in a great 3rd down position here. 3rd and 3. Their entire playbook is open. They can run whatever they want. Now I'm going to see where they line up Emeka Emezie, because that's the guy who's been their go-to player all game long.
Let's keep an eye on number 86, see where he lines up.
Oh, he's not on the field this time. They might be going to a heavy set run or trying to hit Devin Carter right here.
There it is. They pass complete for the first down. Penix with his first touch of the ball game. Trent Penix moves the sticks with 1:42 to go. What a call by Tim Beck, the offensive coordinator there, Robert.
Tim Beck, right? He confused everybody. We're thinking he's going to throw it to Emeka Emezie, and what does he do? He takes him off the field, doesn't give the defense a key, and moves the pocket and gives Devin Leary an opportunity to use his legs and drop a nice little easy pass to Mr. Penix for the first down.
Picked up 11 on the play. He didn't want just attendance from these folks, the head coach, Dave Doeren. He wanted participation. Shirts off, waving their shirts in the air. Wave it around like a helicopter. That's what they do in North Carolina.
Look at this scene. This is what we've been missing from college football. Woo! I don't even know if they know where they're at.
Saturday Night Football presented by Capital One. Big 12 statement game in Norman. Maybe they'll have an atmosphere like this. West Virginia taking on Oklahoma. Spencer Rattler and number 4, the Sooners, looking for the win there. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ABC, the ESPN app. One tap. Right now in field goal range for Christopher Dunn, who missed a field goal moments ago. They're going to keep it on the ground with Ricky Person. And you saw after that miss by Christopher Dunn, Dave Doeren went over to his place kicker, stared him in the eyeballs, and said something very passionately to him.
You definitely don't want to lose your kicker after he's missed 2 today from 53 and 51. But you got to let him know, hey, man, we need you. We need you to be ready, because you could be the reason that everybody's excited after this game.
Toss to the wide side of the field. It's Person trying to get to the edge. Brought down at about the 30-yard line by Spector. Clemson, keep in mind, has 2 timeouts remaining. Under a minute to go, 55 seconds and counting. North Carolina State has lost 15 of the last 16 to Dabo Swinney and the Clemson Tigers. They've lost the last 8 in a row. But for NC State, today's game is all about opportunity and a chance to take that next step.
And you see right here, right? Christopher Dunn. Oh, he misses one because he's just a little wide left and a little short. Comes back. They're going to need him to make a kick here, possibly to win the game.
And here's the scene we were talking about a moment ago. Head coach Dave Doeren grabbed him, said, hey, I'm guessing he said, hey, we're going to need you again.
Yeah, he definitely gave him some superlatives for sure. But without a doubt, he told him, you're better than that. We know we can rely on you, and we're going to need you to win this game. And shoot, maybe they'll be filling Hillsborough Street again like they do during Packapalooza here at NC State. You never know.
Boy, what a textile bowl this game has been. Low scoring, but competitive. 40 seconds to go. North Carolina State looking for a win here in their conference opener, and Dunn getting some love and support from his teammates on the sidelines there. 3rd and 3. Guessing they might run it to the middle of the field here. And look at that. Spector might have jumped offside. Or was there movement against NC State?
Well, it wasn't the defender over the tackle.
Offside.
Well, that was Spector, like I said. Dabo is jumping mad this time.
I can tell you, Dabo's usually a pretty high-energy guy, you know, happy-go-lucky positive, but I understand why he's upset right here. Balen Spector definitely tried to draw the offensive lineman off sides with the hard count, but he wasn't the guy over the tackle who ended up pointing at him. And usually in those situations, they won't give it to him. See, because the tackle is the one that points and comes off of Balen Spector, no one's expecting that to be called on Clemson.
They keep it on the ground again. Person picks up about 2 with 30 seconds to play. Look at Swinney's reaction. He thought it was against North Carolina State.
He knows the rules,
yeah,
right? He's telling the ref, man, hey, that's not the right guy. That guy can't be the one to come off and point at him and false start.
And we got a timeout called by Clemson. They've got 1 remaining. This would be the first win for North Carolina State under Coach Doran against a top 10 team. The last time they defeated a top 10 team, you'd have to go back to 2012. Last time Clemson lost to an unranked team, 2017. So an opportunity to rewrite a little bit of history here and trending for North Carolina State. And there's Christopher Dunn.
Jonesy, I'm actually trying to remember, when is the last time that Clemson has lost 2 games in September?
Wow.
They're not there yet.
Different times.
But their defense is going to have to step up big for them here. Maybe give them some time to go score on offense, and at the very least, push them even further back from an easy chip shot field goal.
Skalski, the guy that saved the touchdown last week against Georgia Tech, is not in the football game right now. He's injured. He was their savior last week.
And
they run it straight ahead.
Saying apparently hasn't been since 2014 that they lost 2 games in September. That's how dominant and what we've come to expect from Clemson when it means winning football games.
And we get a timeout. Tied at 14. 9 seconds to go. Christopher Dunn, poised and ready, you would think, for his opportunity. With 9 seconds to go, he has a career long of 52. This should be an easy kick for him whenever it comes with 9 seconds to go, Robert.
You say easy peasy lemon squeezy, but he's missed 2 kicks today, right? And this is not what we expected to see, right? From Clemson, number 9 in the country, trying to get things back on track, but NC State has had upset on their mind all day, and now it comes down to Christopher Dunn to get it done for the Pack.
Let's go down to Quinn.
I thought both Dunn's kicks, even though they were from distance, little low trajectory, low loft, it'll be interesting when he lines up from inside 40 if he can get more loft. Keep in mind Clemson playing without Brian Bresee, the big tall monster in the middle.
Right. They're going to put it in the middle of the field. Kneel. And with 8-7 clock running, we'll stop it and give Christopher Dunn a chance for the victory for North Carolina State after 8 consecutive losses, 15 losses in the last 16 games against Clemson. It is time, many say and feel here at Carter Finley, for some straightening. Trying to get that win and fix it all with 1 kick. 2 seconds to go.
Exactly. If Chris Dunn can come out here and get it done, no one will remember those 2 misses from 50+ that he had earlier today. He has a chance to make himself a legend.
This will be about a 38-yard field goal. This is the scene after his last miss from over 50. Coach hit him up and said, hey, you know what? You're better than that. We're going to need you again. And that time has arrived. This is his moment. He's 0 for 2 on the day. This one coming from 39 yards out. Dunn for the win. He missed it. Pulled it left again. And Clemson survives. And we will go to overtime. An extremely painful miss for Christopher Dunn and the Wolfpack.
So here, if you're DJ Uiagalelei, you're saying, Tony Elliott, please, please let me make the plays, put the ball in my hands, and go out and lead your team to victory.
Uiagalelei is going to keep it himself and pick up 2. 2nd down and 8. He's a big dude. I mean, you talk about 6'4", 250 pounds. Robert, we saw him down in the field. He's a punishing type of runner.
Yes. You look at those legs. I mean, look at those thunder thighs. Oh, my gosh.
You got a lot of leg days, huh?
Honestly, I would prefer that if they're going to run him, spread it out. Go empty. Give him more space to run because he's not a super fast guy, but he can run with some power.
He's going to take off again after they empty out the backfield, and he picks up the 1st down plus about 3 yards. So that time, Robert, like you said, they spread it out a little bit more. They empty out Shipley, and it's a nice gain for DJ. He picks up 11.
He's not a guy that's going to run past people, but if you can give him space and have him only have to worry about one defender, as you see there, he makes him miss, he can get effective yardage down the field.
And got a split to the bottom of your screen. They're going to keep it on the ground with Shipley. Remember, he won a high school championship in this stadium about a year ago this time. Tanner Ingle making the tackle for North Carolina State, picks up 2. It'll be 2nd down from the 10.
Once again, I'd look for them to either run DJ Uiagalelei up the middle or to try to get the ball to Justyn Ross, number 8, who's their best receiver.
Lost the inside receiver on that trips right. DJ going to keep it and brought down for a gain of about 1. He wants a face mask on Savion Jackson, but no flag on the play. 3rd down coming up.
You see him here trying to get up. Oh, that's definitely a face mask, right? Oh, and he pulled and held on to it too. DJ's going to feel that one in his neck tomorrow. I can understand why he wanted the penalty there.
Right.
But hey, the ref didn't see it.
We got an injured player down in the field. That's Will Shipley. Wow, what a terrible afternoon for Clemson in terms of injuries. Brazee and Skalski, and they were already missing Davis after surgery on his bicep, and Will Shipley now being tended to by the athletic training staff.
And you see him right here. DJ kind of goes, oh no. The defensive tackle whiplashes and then lands on Will Shipley's leg like that. Please, God, make it stop. We don't want to see these guys getting hurt.
You see the athletic trainer there doing the stability test on that left knee.
I can tell you right now, for a player, that's the worst position you want to be in. I've been in those situations when they're checking out your knee from injuries, and sometimes you just know when something's really, really bad, and I'm hoping that Will Shipley, as he comes home here to play at NC State, can have a great positive diagnosis after this injury.
Yeah, I'm not speculating, folks, but I've been around long enough in the gyms across this country to know what the stability test is when athletic trainers are checking out for knee damage. Let's take one more look.
And you see it right there. His left leg's in the ground, and oh, the defensive lineman just gets stuck and hyperextends his knee there, and you got all types of ligaments there that could possibly be injured. And as you see Will Shipley just limping off the field, it's just a very, very drastic
he's put up some
moment.
He's been their best player so far offensively this season. At least he has been in the last couple of games, earning his first official start here this afternoon And he's a guy that, as I mentioned earlier, back in high school, drew comparisons to McCaffrey, Christian McCaffrey of the Charlotte Panthers, so much so that McCaffrey actually hit him up last year after his high school championship and said, hey, man, good job. Keep working hard.
And Dabo even called him the best leader on their team, and that's saying a lot for a freshman. But here we go. We got 3rd and 7.
Kobe pacing for him.
That's the guy. Watch Justyn Ross.
Uiagalelei, touchdown Ross! As prescribed, Justyn Ross, one of the great comeback stories in college football this year, missed all of last year because of spinal surgery and comes through with a big catch here.
You see him here, he just runs up, steps on the toes of Tanner Ingle, makes him think he's running a corner and takes it to the post. Wow, that's a big time play and a big time moment.
9-yard reception for the touchdown. Clemson goes up by 7. North Carolina State has an opportunity here in overtime. They've got to equalize to get it to the next round, the next period. And Justyn Ross, man, he has been maybe the most inspiring player on that Clemson team. They watched him all of last year attend every practice, even though he couldn't play. And even though there was a question as to whether he would ever play again after that neck injury. 12 targets, 8 catches, 77 yards, and a look of consternation etched across that lady's countenance.
I was going to say, there couldn't be 2 more drastic differences in those looks.
Yeah.
Because Justyn Ross' look on his face is, I told you, I knew I was going to make the play.
It's Devin Leary's turn now. Arm in motion. They give it to Knight. Broke a couple of tackles. Nice run up the middle. Picks up about 7, almost 8 yards on the carry. Boy, Zonovan Knight has been a battering ram. A behemoth. Leviathan for him so far offensively.
Dang, man, how many more adjectives you got? That was incredible right there.
He's been a workhorse.
He has, and he's a hard tackle, right? They have him listed at 5'11", 210, but right about now he's looking 6 foot 230 to these guys.
They give it to him again. Knight puts his hat down and picks up a first down for North Carolina State. Pounding away on that offensive line. And that offensive line, we haven't said much about them. They've done a nice job today, right, Robert?
They are a physical athletic unit, right? You see number 79 right there. They call him Icky. He is an NFL-type player, and they have done a great job of really running the stretch zones, giving the running backs holes to get through. And we've seen NC State do this all the way down the field, but now it's just about getting into the end zone to stay in this game.
1st and 10 from the 15. They give it to Knight again. Cuts it back and picks up close to 5 down to the 10. The defense, remember, without James Skalski, without Brian Brzee, Tyler Davis did not dress in wake of his bicep surgery. And Spector has picked up some of that load today. He has 18 tackles. Wow. Sideline to sideline, Robert Griffin.
Yes, he is. And NC State's run 91 plays today. 91. And those guys that you mentioned that are out, they're not just NFL-type players. These are guys that Clemson has relied on day in and day out.
Leary, Emezie. Emezie brought down about 2 yards shy of that first down. So it sets up 3rd down and 2. Robert, what do you like here if you're North Carolina State? Emezie's been reliable. Knight has been reliable. Pretty flexible choices here, right?
Don't overthink it. It's 3rd and 2. Run the ball twice. Okay, you've been able to run the ball against this Clemson front. Make them stop you running the ball. If you throw the ball here, you know you're going to have to go for it on 4th and 2, right? So just go ahead and run the ball, stack behind your offensive line. But if you do decide to throw it, I would love to see them work this one-on-one matchup to the boundary.
They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They're going to pull it out into the end zone. Incomplete for Emezie. And there's a flag down. So hold on. There's a flag in the end zone.
holding defense. Number 24. This is an eligible receiver. Pass across the line.
There's the one-on-one to the boundary that I was talking about.
Automatic first down.
There's a little bit of a tug on the shirt there by the cornerback, Jones.
Wow.
But, hey, I don't know about that call. The ball didn't look like it was catchable. But, hey, if you're a Wolfpack fan, you're very excited because guess what? They got a new set of downs, and they're still in this game.
First and goal from just inside the 4. Zonovan Knight, the lone back. And it's Knight between the tackles, keeping those legs moving. Might have gotten a little over a yard. Foster there to bring him down along with Bentley. Man, tough sledding between the tackles on that run. Look at just the mass of bodies. Second down and goal. Which way are you looking to go here, Robert?
For me, I'm thinking they do what they did early in the game for their second touchdown, where they moved the pocket. They brought the heavy set in, made Clemson think that they were going to run the ball, and they moved Leary onto the right side and had some easy throws for the touchdown. If you're going to throw the ball, now is the time. Don't wait till 3rd and goal or 4th and goal. Do it now.
Clemson has already scored in the overtime period. North Carolina State must do the same here. And we're going to get a timeout called by the Wolfpack.
Timeout. Final charge timeout of the overtime period.
And that's their only one in the overtime period. Clemson still hanging on to its timeout. There's a look at number 79. Talk about him, Icky. 6'4", 320. What an afternoon, now evening here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Emotions running high. A lot of excitement. Justyn Ross after that last touchdown catch, and that's the opposite end of the gamut for North Carolina State Wolfpack fans. Dismay.
He thought he was going to be eating some Howlin' Cow ice cream.
How about that, huh?
You know? Come on, done. Get it done.
Be like that.
Sometimes it be like that. But now,
2nd and goal.
they got to get it in the end zone and stay in this game.
2 receivers out to the top of your screen. They motion one of them, Leary, into the end zone. A little bit of contact. And no flag on the play. Zonovan Knight ran into Makuba. Or say whatever you want. Describe it any way you want. There was contact. No flag. 3rd and goal for North Carolina State coming up.
And the Wolfpack did exactly what we talked about. They moved the pocket right there on 2nd and goal. Gave Leary an opportunity. But here, they're talking about the contact here. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know. They might have got away with one right there. And Leary didn't help him with the throw.
Right.
If he maybe threw the ball a little closer to him, maybe they would have said it wasn't uncatchable, but there's definitely contact there.
3rd and goal, Leary rolling out, hits his man, touchdown, Thomas! With the extra point to follow.
We've been talking about Thayer Thomas all day, so what do? They go back to the movement of the quarterback, have a nice little pick play there by the outside receiver for Thayer Thomas, and wow, nice play.
Christopher Dunn is 0 for 3 on his field goal attempts today. Does he still have his head or not? Well, there's part of the answer. He ties it at 21. And all is well again at Carter Finley until the next overtime round.
When your family gathers around a shakaroni from Papa John's, you're sharing more than extra cheese and pepperoni. You're sharing scholarships, meals.
Win it on a 39-yard field goal at the end of regulation with 2 seconds to go. But Christopher Dunn pulled it left, but found a measure of atonement just a few moments ago and knocking through the extra point to tie this game at 21. Remember, in the second overtime period with the rule change, teams must go for the 2-point conversion. Leary hands it off to Person. And Person picks up about 3 on the play. Person and Knight have done a nice job carrying that football. Just grinding it out on the ground. Knight 6'1", 222. Pardon me, Person 6'1", 222. Knight, a nice compliment at 5'11", 210.
Can you imagine how tired Clemson's defense has to be? Right? They've been on the field for almost 100 plays.
How do you spell ice bath after the game? 2nd and 7. Leary has tons of time into the end zone. Caught miraculously. Carter!
What a play by the Wolfpack. Here, you're going to watch this catch. Oh, look, he gets it in the breadbasket, gets both feet in and holds on. We can talk about Devin Leary in the throw all day, but Devin Carter, wow, that's a special play he just made in a critical moment.
Got to go for 2 here. They're going to take a look at it. 22-yard reception. He contorts his body in full flight, Robert. You talk about flexibility at that speed to make that grab. Unbelievable.
His ability to keep his eyes on the ball as he brought his shoulders back. Oh, man, don't underestimate that. That was a special play right there by Devin Carter, number 88. Woo! This is exciting.
Dave Doran told us we're going to have to make the ordinary plays, but also we must. It's paramount to make the extraordinary plays, the extraordinary plays, the super plays. And this is one of them by Carter.
Here it is again. They run the fake screen and go. They've been running screens all day. Clemson's like, oh my gosh, we got to stop it. And then what do? They run the go pattern, and he makes a phenomenal adjustment to the back end zone. Man, oh man. That was easy like Sunday morning.
Well, the extra point still to come. They're reviewing that last catch.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
It's a touchdown. They've adjudicated it and called it good. Christopher Dunn now in. Now he's not coming in. They've got to go for 2. That's the rule change this year. The second overtime.
I was going to say, the Wolfpack might be happy that they don't have to bring Christopher Dunn back out there to kick another field goal, man.
Let's see what they elect to do. The nose of the ball at the 3-yard line. Ricky Person in the backfield to the right of Devin Leary. Thomas in motion. They look his way. Leary under duress. Gonna have to throw it into a tight window. No good, but they still lead by 6. 27-21. Clemson will get the football with one more opportunity to salvage this game. North Carolina State will have to hang its hat on defense coming up here. They're going to break that 8-game losing streak. But one more look at that spectacular, dynamic, athletic catch by Carter. Wow.
Look, sometimes as a quarterback, we just throw a nice ball. And then sometimes our receivers make us right. I call it HBO. Help a brother out. Okay? Help a brother out. Hey. He threw it to the back shoulder. He made the play. That's how you do it, baby.
Yeah, Carter has that station. DJ, little out and up, downfield, incomplete. Ross couldn't squeeze it. It appeared as if he had it until he made contact with the ground.
That was almost an identical throw and catch. And on one side, you see NC State make the play. And on the other, you see Justyn Ross, their best receiver, make the adjustment. And as he's going to the ground, drop the ball. Man, that is a big-time mishap right there.
Kobe Pace in the backfield. They're without Will Shipley, who was injured a little bit earlier, remember. This is Pace. Picks up 5. It'll be 3rd down and about 5 to go. Tanner Engel making the tackle. But, boy, how big is it right now, Robert, that they don't have Will Shipley in the backfield?
It is. It's huge. Will Shipley is the guy that they've wanted to lean on. They've seen him play extremely well early on in the season, and now he's not out there anymore. You know, let's not make it seem like Mr. Pace here is some slop. This guy can play as well. But in this moment, you got to put the ball in DJ Uiagalelei's hand, either running it or throwing it. Let's see what they do.
Thought he was going to run with it into the end zone and incomplete. 4th down coming up for the ball game. Drake Thomas with good pressure on Uiagalelei. 4th down coming up.
All right, Tony Elliott. Whatever your best play you got. The one that you said, all right, this scheme in this moment, it's 4th down and 5. This is what they're going to play. You got to call it now, man. It's now or never.
What a difference a season makes for the Clemson Tigers. No Trevor Lawrence, no ETN. This next group facing an uphill climb. This is what the scoring has looked like on the afternoon and now into the evening. Clemson struck first. North Carolina State came back with a couple of touchdowns, and then Shipley, who's no longer in the ball game, with that one, and then Ross with the touchdown catch. And into overtime we went. And Carter with some downfield pyrotechnics, some fireworks on that spectacular grab. It's 27-21. The gold standard in the ACC over the last several years right now, on the brink, hanging tenuously by a thread. Clemson down by 6. DJ into the end zone, incomplete for Ross, and the streak is over. They answer the opportunity. NC State rides on the strength of the pack.
Oh my, they're going to be eating Howlin' Cow ice cream tonight, baby. Oh, watch out for Hillsborough Street. Woo! The Wolfpack come away with the massive upset.
Dave Doran talked about it. Said this is a huge opportunity for us against a top 10 team. I've never beaten a top 10 team here at NC State. It's a conference game. We got to have it. He said if you want a seat at the table, it starts with Clemson. Well, make room at the buffet table for NC State, because the Wolfpack are here. And some frayed feelings on the other side, understandably, for the Tigers. They came so close at the end, but Justyn Ross couldn't come up with this one.
Here it is. DJ throws the ball. Justyn Ross just couldn't get his hands out to it. It was actually a great throw. Oh, man. They're going to be watching that one all week and realizing how close they were to winning this game.
What does this mean for the Clemson Tigers with respect to the college football playoff?
Well, you never say never, right? But with 2 losses in the month of September, it's not looking good for them.
Here for the backup quarterback who's been getting playing time early, splitting time, but dealing with that hamstring last week. Is so dynamic and so explosive. We will see if he gets some time tonight.
Don't get it twisted. He's a big piece of this offense, but this is Emory Jones's team, and he showed it last week with his performance.
Did he ever? 2nd and 6. Damian Pierce. He spins free and somehow gets to the outside before he's finally wrapped up by Trey Flowers. What a wiggle from Damian Pierce.
And that was an unbelievable run by Pierce. Tried to stretch it to the outside, cut up inside. Look at him stick that right foot in the ground. Almost gets shedded. But the quick acceleration getting back to the outside to the right. This young man is so good, so dynamic, and stays so fresh with the running back rotation they use at Florida.
He goes for 14 yards. First down. Jones able to get free. He's like having another running back in the backfield as he crosses midfield, and he'll move the chains again for the Gators. Tonight, Tennessee's defense, Greg, has already given up 77 first quarter yards.
This has been a team that's dominated the first quarter, outscoring their opponents 38-0 in the first quarter. Obviously not the case. It'll ramp up in competition against the Gators.
This is Pierce out of the backfield, and a great job defensively by Tennessee. Theo Jackson, who if you watch enough Tennessee film, you will see him everywhere as McCullough and Jackson were coming in on the play.
And covered this team for a long time. I would say that Theo Jackson's probably one of the biggest surprises. I just didn't anticipate this level of productivity. I mean, the guy has been off the charts, making plays over and over again, timely sacks, getting after the quarterback, pressuring off that nickel spot, and then making plays downfield as well. He's been outstanding there in that versatile spot.
Loss of 4. They come to the other side, set up the screen to Henderson. Henderson gets to the outside of the blockers and inside the 40-yard line as he is tackled by Taylor.
And this is a spot here for Florida. Possible 4-down territory. You're looking at 3rd and 4. You can run your quarterback. Run Emory Jones and that quarterback power. It's been effective up to this point, but they've also had some success here in this empty formation, which it looks like that's what they're going to go with here on 3rd and medium.
With Naquan Wright in the slot and Wells in motion to the top of your screen. 3rd down and 4. Jones over the middle, and he's got it complete to Naquan Wright. Naquan Wright came up huge on that 99-yard drive against Bama. He made a big contribution to that critical scoring drive last week.
And this is a great job by the offensive line. You see the 2 A-gap pressures, the guys on either side of the center, those are the most dangerous. So you take care of them, you leave the unblocked guy to the right-hand side, which Emory Jones can see. He gets the ball out of his hands quickly. That was outstanding execution against an all-out pressure look from Tennessee by not just Emory Jones and the wide receiver, but also that offensive line. I love good protection. I'm sorry, that got me real fired up. I love good protection.
Good pass pro there, but last week the run blocking in the second half, these guys are leaning on that great Alabama defense. Right, testing the left side as he has it down to the 18-yard line. Flowers with the tackle. We had a great visit with Dan Mullen yesterday. We asked him about Emory Jones, and he said, listen, early on he was playing tight a little bit, but in that Bama game he just relaxed. He was out there just simply making plays, and that's what they saw during training camp from Emory Jones. And I think he's getting back to that place, and we're seeing it early tonight.
Yeah, saying he was just trying to be too perfect, man. You can't be perfect. It's an imperfect game. Just do the best you can, and he cut it loose last week in a remarkable way.
2nd and 3. Wright makes a man miss, tries to cut back, but he's going to be tackled for a loss. That was good work by Solon Page. A loss of 2 as Page makes the tackle. He had a pick 6 last week, his first career interception.
It's been important for him to step up because that second level of this Tennessee defense, Juwan Mitchell and Jeremy Banks, Solon Page, that's a thin group. Not a lot of experience. I mean, coming into the year when your best linebackers a converted running back, you got some problems. So Juwan Mitchell's been a nice addition from Texas, but man, they got to find some more depth at that spot. In this league, you're going to have some attrition.
That was the right tackle who took that kickback. Gene DeLance.
False start. Offense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That'll be a 3rd and 10 now. Pride of Southland, 400 members strong. When you get them up at Neyland, making the trip down here. Florida is 3 for 3 on 3rd downs tonight, now facing a 3rd and 10.
delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Dan Mullen was looking at the official saying, hey, reset the play clock. He was kind of doing a raise the roof with his right arm, which means that clearly he thought it should have been a fresh set, but not the case as the officials back the Gators up yet again on a pre-snap infraction.
Empty look for Jones as Davis is in the slot to the top of your screen on 3rd and 15. Tennessee dropping 8 on 3rd and 15, and that ball was almost intercepted. Jackson made a play on it. So a couple penalties, and then the Tennessee defense does their job.
Looked like on that play, Emory Jones and his wide receiver not on the same page. Rick Wells was the intended wide receiver, and Emory went right over to him, by the way. And you see Dan Mullen also talking to the receiver as well. In zone look, he's got to sit it down. Instead, Wells ran across the defender's face and resulted in the incompletion.
Jace Christman for the 47-yard attempt. Remember, Chris Howard was the kicker last week, and he missed that extra point against Bama that forced them to go for 2. So Christman gets the start this week, and he puts it through. Mullen signed him at Mississippi State. Now he's playing for coach over here for the Gators, and he gives them a 3-point lead. More action to come from the Swamp. Don't go anywhere.
I got too much on the line, too much on my mind, too much ain't enough of my plans.
Welcome to Allstate, where we have all new lower auto rates. And savings like that will make everyone feel like an MVP. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
Burger King banned 120 artificial ingredients from his food. So I'ma keep it real with the Whopper with cheese. Extra hot, right off the flame grill, baby. Try the Cornell Haynes Jr. meal. Food so real, Burger King had me put my real name on it. Is it me or is it getting hot in here? Just the flame grill.
Mmm, strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and the creamy taste. Turn scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
That was fun.
Alexa, play our dance playlist.
Your playlist, dance.
I can't do golden rings, but I'll give you everything.
Alexa, turn on the living room lights.
Turning on lights.
Alexa, can you pause time?
Let's just enjoy the moment.
Hurry in for exceptional offers on the new BMW X3 with Alexa built in.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Williams, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman. Serena, Wonder Woman.
You cannot be serious!
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream with no annual contract.
Why do
this can't be good?
You've got enough to think about maintaining. Luckily, your Volkswagen is easy. The 2021 Atlas, Atlas Crossport, and Tiguan have a lower cost of maintenance than their Subaru, Honda, and Toyota competitors. Life's easier in a Volkswagen. Come into your Volkswagen dealer today and get 0% APR financing for 36 months on the 2021 Tiguan.
Talking Windows with Harley and Aaron and special guest Mina.
Today we're revealing our secret sauce.
Are you sure you want to do that?
It's important that viewers know what makes us unique. And Window Nation only uses top quality ingredients in every window we make. Add in some expert installation.
Aged to perfection.
Measuring our windows 3 times to ensure a proper fit.
That's a recipe to over 100,000 satisfied homeowners.
Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, plus pay nothing for 24 months.
Window Nation.
The perfect fit.
Ball Studios time now for our celebration moment brought to you by Allstate. 4th and 9. Auburn in danger of losing to Georgia State. TJ Finley, the LSU transfer, buys time, finds Cedric Jackson and Auburn survives. They added a late pick six, 34-24.
And Matt, TJ Finley and Auburn playing at LSU next week. This is Velus Jones from out of the end zone. And Jones wrapped up at the 22-yard line. Katie.
Well, Tess, Greg, Josh Heupel has been impressed with how Hendon Hooker has handled everything that's been thrown at him since he arrived at UT. From adding another quarterback to the room, from not being named the starter, from being thrown in after Milton's injury, he has remained the same guy. No moment has been too big for him. So this team has great confidence in him. Heupel says Hooker needs to communicate efficiently amid all this crowd noise, which he's done thus far, and he has to hit on the deep ball for Tennessee to find success tonight.
And this young man's played a lot of football, man. I mean, he's seen these environments before, so he'll be a steady presence there in the backfield. Got to make great decisions, and like you said, Katie, got to hit some of those plays downfield that they've left on the field the first 3 games.
He's going to run it here, but he's dragged down from behind. He could not shake free that time. Ramon Mielen with the tackle of Hendon Hooker, visiting with Alex Polish, the offensive coordinator yesterday. Kept hearing those words about Hooker, right? Veteran, savvy, calm confidence. Got to have it in a spot like this on the road. 2nd and 6. That was thrown low and to the inside of Jalen Hyatt.
These are the throws that just haven't been made. Of course, Hooker had some presence in his face from a Florida defender, but they have to be better driving the ball down the field. This offense is all about big plays, and when your longest completion this season's a screen, that's not ideal. Going to be tough to find against a talented Gators secondary.
Third and 6. Hooker wrapped up just beyond the line of scrimmage by Newkirk. Daquan Newkirk, who came to Florida from Auburn, grew up in Orlando, so back home in Florida to finish up his college football career.
And he's done a good job. Newkirk and Antonio Valentino, they're transfers that they've added to the middle of that defense. This defensive line last year was borderline unrecognizable based on the standards that you've come to expect from the Florida Gators. Those additions have been massive to solidify the front and make sure that the strength of that defense resides on the inside.
So that was the second 3-and-out for Tennessee. Florida up 10-7. Both of their scoring drives were 10-play drives. Malik Davis got it started, and then we had the big highlight, 47-yarder from Evans for the Vols. 10-7 game here at the Swamp. We'll be right back.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today.
Dad, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah, I stayed up and crunched all the numbers.
I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly.
Oh, online, honey. Now that can affect your credit score.
It didn't, Dad. Then I got my real rate and monthly payment. Now I just need to head to the dealership for a test drive and purchase.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it is.
Well, since we're both up, who wants French toast? What's in your wallet?
Incomparable design makes it beautiful. State-of-the-art technology makes it brilliant. The Lexus NX. Experience the crossover in its most visionary form. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Imagine a salad made with fresh-cut vegetables and warm hand-breaded chicken. Does that even exist? Not yet, because we don't make it until you order it. Try the new Southwest Salad, only at Zaxby's. Redeem rewards, scan to pay, order ahead on the Zaxby's app.
Hello, America! I think we can all agree that after the past year-ish, everyone deserves something new. So, AT&T is giving everyone our best deals on every iPhone, including the iPhone 13 Pro.
That's the one with the amazing camera.
Because everyone deserves it. Like people that work from home. And the people that worked out from home. People that welcomed a new family member.
There were a lot of dogs, so...
Everyone that learned a new hobby.
It's a chair, but you can't sit it.
Or anyone that reconnected with nature.
Says it's only kind of poisonous.
What?
Our deals are for everyone. Except Jacob Pearson.
Me?
Just kidding, Jake. Our deals are for everyone.
It's not complicated. AT&T is giving new and existing customers our best deals on every iPhone, including the epic iPhone 13 Pro on us.
I've got moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are getting clearer. I feel free to bare my skin. Yeah, that's all me. Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin. That's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Achieve clearer skin with Skyrizi. 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clearer skin at 4 months. Of those, nearly 9 out of 10 sustained it through 1 year. And Skyrizi is 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
I see nothing in a different way. It's my moment, so I just gotta say, nothing is everything.
Skyrizi may increase your risk of infections and lower your ability to fight them. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or coughs, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
Nothing is everything.
Talk to your dermatologist about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
I live for this rivalry.
See you at Fenway.
Tomorrow at 7 on ESPN.
Back to start the second quarter here at the Swamp, and Taco Bell welcomes you to the Live Moss Student Section of the Year contest. Use hashtag Student Section Sauce to get the committee's attention. Go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete. And they're all jacked up because the head ball coach, Steve Spurrier, was just out there the entire time with a live mic in his hand during that commercial break, riling everybody up as he is wont to do. Paxton Brooks to punt away for Tennessee. Xavier Henderson back deep for the Gators. You know, head ball coach is never shy about bragging about the success of the 90s, and boy, did they have it. And you remember the years with Peyton Manning at Tennessee. Peyton never beat Florida, but he put on some thrills, like what we saw in '96 when Florida jumped out big, and then Manning rallied 492 yards, but came up just short at the end. Those were the glory years of the rivalry. And Florida has won 15 of the past 16 meetings. They've won 4 in a row. Last time Tennessee took a win was September 24, 2016 in Knoxville.
I remember that game well. Florida got a big lead, and Josh Dobbs led them back.
Malik Davis trying to find anything on the left side, but he was wrapped up immediately by Jawan Mitchell, who was the leading tackler for the Texas Longhorns last year.
So far, at least after the first drive, this Tennessee defense has settled in a little bit. They've done a pretty good job of keeping that run game in check, not allowing the big plays.
Second and 10, play action. Jones wide receiver screen, Whittemore. Nothing happening there as well. As Tennessee is quick to get on it. Roman Harrison getting out in space to make the tackle. Trent Whittemore. 3rd down and 7. Opportunity for the Vols defense. They're led by Tim Banks, who's on the Penn State staff as the co-defensive coordinator. Now it's moved over here with the Vols.
Under pressure look from Tennessee.
3rd and 7. Pitch to Davis. Davis going to be well short of that line to gain. So the Tennessee defense will walk off the field having done their job. That was Matthew Butler, defensive tackle, able to track Davis.
That was a nice job by Tennessee there, pursuing, bringing that presence inside. Emory Jones freed him to check at the line of scrimmage, gets to a speed option that was a very effective play for them last week. Obviously, you could see Tennessee repped it a little bit in practice from their scout team this week based on how they pursued.
Delay game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Bayless Jones, the return man. And just walked off the field as Crawshaw punts away.
Nobody deep.
Nobody deep, and this is going to take a bounce inside the 20, inside the 15, and be downed all the way at the 11-yard line. Tennessee offense back out on the field on a steamy night here in Gainesville. When we come back, 10-7 game, Gators out in front.
Right now, life is perfect, even though a few hours earlier. That could spoil anyone's day. But when Laura compared auto insurance companies, she chose Emeka, a company that takes extraordinary care of its customers. Call now to get a quote.
The name's Bond, James Bond.
This is it. This is it.
Oh my God. Target enough people. And the people become the weapon. What is it?
You don't know what this is.
Who is he? No Time to Die. Rated PG-13.
Pizza Hut's Detroit-style pizza is back. Same crispy crust, cheese all the way to the edge, and the sauce still on top. Okay, now I'm hungry. The Detroit-style pizza. Create your own or pick from 3 signature recipes. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
It took a while to get up here. We started out around 1959.
Then we took a hard left in East Africa.
A right at Baja. A 180 in the empty quarter.
And that 65-degree incline at Hell's Revenge.
A few million miles later, and voila. But we didn't do all that just to get here. We did it to give you a truck that'll take you anywhere. This is the new Nissan.
We're all for hockey. The diehards, the faithful, and the newcomers. Still waiting to be baptized in ice. The NHL on ESPN, ESPN+, Hulu, and ABC.
When we started...
Introducing Xfinity Rewards, our very own way of thanking you just for being with us. Enjoy rewards like movie night specials, Xfinity mobile benefits, and exclusive experiences like the chance to win tickets to see Watch What Happens Live.
Hey, it's me!
The longer you've been with us, the more rewards you can get, like sharpening your cooking skills with a top chef. Join for free on the Xfinity app and watch all the rewards float in. Our thanks, your rewards.
As a digital partner, continuity is critical to our clients' success.
AmericanEagle.com provides end-to-end digital solutions. From website development to content development, digital marketing and hosting services. Partnering with their clients by delivering a complete digital program to help drive their business.
Is your digital partner delivering everything you need?
AmericanEagle.com, building your digital mindset.
Greg, what the heck just happened with Velus Jones running off the field moments ago?
Well, as you can see, there's 2 number 1s on Tennessee's team, all right? Trey Flowers and Velus Jones. Well, here's Velus Jones. He's back to return. And Trey Flowers, by the way, also a return guy. So 2 number 1s were on the field at the same time. They realized that both number 1s ran off the field. Therefore, Tennessee just played the last snap with 9 players.
You got to be kidding me. And with that, a 58-yard punt with no return man. Evans testing the right side. They just had 9 players on the field for punt return.
Both number 1s ran off.
But
thinking the other one was staying on. I've never seen that before. Never seen that, ever.
And with it, the worst starting field position that Tennessee has had. 2nd and 7. Hooker able to get it to Warren, and the big tight end is trying to get to that corner for that line to gain.
I kind of like these tight ends, as you can see.
I'll be a first down.
I kind of like these tight ends, man. I'm not going to lie. I did not expect them to have as much of production here early on. But both Warren and Fant have been really good contributors to the passing game for Tennessee the first 3 games of the year.
First down, quickly to the outside, as this is Callaway. Callaway will get 4 yards with the reception.
So far, you haven't really been able to see Tennessee at their fastest tempo. Got to get some momentum, got to create some opportunities, got to move this change to pick up the speed.
2nd and 7. Hooker going to take a shot downfield, and wide open is Payton. And look at this, the Vols take the lead. Javonte Payton, big shot, deep shot, Hendon Hooker, and Tennessee out in front of Florida with a 75-yard touchdown strike.
Tennessee fans can breathe a deep exhale because I just saw a Tennessee quarterback hit the receiver and stride down the field. How many times in the first 3 games have we seen volunteer quarterbacks throw it 10, 15, 20 yards over the receiver's head? Not here. What a great throw from Hendon Hooker to Peyton. As the big play explosiveness of this offense very much alive.
Longest Tennessee pass play of the year, topping what had been their longest. Both of them big play touchdowns for the Vols. Just what they said they would need. This one, 75 yards, Javonte Payton.
Over the years, Mercedes-Benz has patented thousands of safety innovations, crash-tested so many cars we've stopped counting, and built our most punishing test facility yet in our effort to build the world's safest cars. We've created crumple zones and autonomous braking, active lane keeping assist, and blind spot assist. We've introduced airbags, side curtain airbags, and now the first ever rear-mounted front impact airbags. All in the hope that you never need any of it.
We did it again. Verizon has been named America's most reliable network by Root Metrics. And our customers rated us #1 for network quality in America, according to J.D. Power. #1 in reliability 16 times in a row. Most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. Proving once again that nobody builds networks like Verizon. That's why we're building 5G right. That's why there's only one best network.
This is for the dreamers. All the doers and schemers with side hustles galore. The I Got Nexters and the Why Not Meers. And everyone hungry to make it on your own. You're ready to step up and turn that passion into a paycheck. To do something awesome. We're here to make it official. Start your business and keep it running with LegalZoom. LegalZoom, let's make it official.
We're not just about hair. We're also about convenience.
Sport Clips app. Check in, track your arrival time, get heads-up alerts. Why is that important?
Because guys don't like to wait.
Convenience.
Sport Clips!
Yeah.
Grill's the heart of the kitchen. Grill's the heart of the kitchen. It's where the magic happens. This is where we're making the food. It all comes together here. We season it, we grill it, and it tastes great. That's my favorite part, laying it down. Listen to that sizzle.
My new money goal?
My new money goal?
We've got money goals.
Buy a place closer to my family down south.
Invest in Black-owned companies.
Invest in green companies.
Invest for my daughter's future and my retirement at the same time.
Have a better credit card than her.
Whatever your money goals, NerdWallet knows the smartest ways to make them happen. Compare and find the smartest credit cards, mortgages, and investing accounts on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
ESPN College Football Primetime is presented by the Eat Fresh Refresh at Subway and in part by American Express. See all that you can expect when you're with Amex.
Some of the great images through the years between Tennessee and Florida. Vols haven't won here since 2003, but right now, Javonte Payton and his teammates are loving it. 14-10, Tennessee on top. Payton, who transferred over from Mississippi State, and got separation moments ago and strided 75 yards for the touchdown. Malik Davis on the return from inside the 5. And it's a good one out to the 25. Let's go to the studio and Matt Berry.
All right, gentlemen, checking in first on Alabama taking on Southern Miss. Bryce Young to Jaleel Billingsley. First quarter, they can move on to Ole Miss in that one. 14-0 early. What about West Virginia and Oklahoma? 17-play touchdown drive. Garrett Green punches it in. First 17-play touchdown drive in a decade for West Virginia.
Been a fun day in college football. Had Clemson grab their second loss. Got punt threat and face by NC State. We got number 11 here with a test at home against a feisty Tennessee team. Emory Jones on first down. That's batted at the line of scrimmage, and it harmlessly goes off to the side.
It's definitely been a crazy day like you alluded to, but when you see Tyler Barron on the deflection there, this Tennessee defense, man, they saw that performance from Florida, and they're not blinking right now, man. They've been active at the line of scrimmage. They've been in good pursuit.
2nd and 10. Pierce. There's a stiff arm. And makes his way to the 30-yard line. The 3rd down from there. 6 yards from Pierce.
I don't want to make it seem too big, but this is a fairly critical 3rd down for Florida. The momentum right now currently residing on the Tennessee side. Emory Jones and the offense facing a little adversity here on 3rd and medium.
Sprint right, slings it sidearm to Copeland, and Copeland will have the first down. He's a guy who many around here felt would be a breakout player this year.
That was a good job there by Emory Jones, and a nice call too. Get your quarterback rolling out to his right. He's got tons of protection. You got Gamble out in front. You got Pierce as well, and you just have that little hitch route because of the pursuit to the sideline, trying to stay in front of Emory Jones. You catch that little hitch right in behind it, and it's an easy throw and catch. Good execution there from the Gators offense.
Latrell Bumphus, defensive tackle for Tennessee. He's been injured the last few weeks, and he's down here being attended to. We'll take a short break.
People